Welcome to our Rolemaster Actual play session. Twilight of the Old Order is a campaign set in the world of Duyranaki, the continent of men. In this gritty, cutthroat world, politics, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 158 of Twilight of the Old Order. The Twilight Party have once again picked up the trail of their foes, the Committee for the New Age, leading them deep into an ancient underground complex. Our story resumes just as Yotto has triggered a hidden, multi-bladed mechanism and has fallen unconscious, severely injured. Hello, I'm Chris, otherwise known as GM Chance, and a hearty and sincere welcome to our tale that we're telling tonight. What is that story, you might be asking? The title of our tabletop role-playing game in the Rolemaster system is Twilight of the Old Order. Here are the 6 characters at play in our game this evening, which will delight, entrance, and hopefully entertain you with their antics tonight. In literally a couple of seconds, maybe not literally, but in a minute or so, we are going to turn to a pre-recording of one of the players of one of those faces up on screen, interviewing or quizzing is probably a better word, their fellow party members a bit about that character. We got together in person recently, just last month, which we do once a year, and one of the things we did was each one of the characters had an opportunity to be discovered a bit more via a quiz, and we'll turn to that in a second. Before we do, the regular thank you very much indeed to all of those that follow us online, support us, give us encouragement, take an interest in our game, and just generally show the love. It really is appreciated. We do this for fun. It's our hobby. The fact that there are people all around the world, all the way from the Middle East to North America to South America to Europe and all manner of other places, Southeast Asia and you name it, that tune into this game and enjoy it. We find it fantastic that people take an interest in our hobby, and we really appreciate the support. What we'd say to you, if maybe you've watched 2 or 3 of these, or you've come back to them, or you find yourself clicking on them again, and you're enjoying them, and you get something out of it. Maybe you just simply enjoy the story. Maybe you enjoy the different rules. Rolemaster is an old system from the 1980s, not very well known or much played these days, but maybe you find that interesting. Or maybe you just find the players and the way that they role play and the characters that they embody really interesting, and it just tickles your fancy. We would really love a like down below, or even better, a subscribe. A couple of seconds from you really does help. It helps other people that like this kind of role-playing online find our content, and just generally helps the channel grow. Thanks very much. Okay, as mentioned, right about now, we are going to turn to that pre-recording I mentioned. Don't know which one it is. I'll be as interested to see who it is in the recording. It's off now.
Day 2 questions for the team. How well do you know Jada? Jada, question number 6. What is a skill Jada has that she is dying to use on others? A, tweezing pimples. B, barista. C, the KonMari method. D. Hypnotism.
What? It's genius. What's the con marine mean?
I'm not going to ask. It might be rude.
Holding card.
Holding card.
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
really?
Well done.
We do that.
All right. Number 7. What is her favourite animal?
Flash no more.
Shetland
Not birds.
pony. Miniature horse. Shire horse. Mr. Ian.
Oh, tricky.
That's really hard.
Go thanks.
You guys know your horses?
Is this? Hang on. Sorry. Is this?
Oh.
Is this Jada or a user page?
Oh. I want to go with that.
No.
No.
You guys don't know your horses. Pete, you had it right originally.
Oh.
Shire horse is massive.
Yeah.
All these other ones are like.
Oh, because you had Shetland pony and a miniature.
Oh, yeah, of course, because you're so tall. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was my thinking, but Shetland pony just sounded so familiar.
And the
Perhaps we
long-
were talking about how she didn't like Shetland ponies. I think.
Okay, question number 8. Why does Jada prefer to use a quarterstaff instead of, for example, a sword? There's a reason. You were running for so long. One word. Okay. Mm-hmm.
The fact that it took me so long, I suspect is
Global warming.
Yeah.
Or because it does less damage.
Oh, close, Pete. You're the closest. Less blood,
Yeah.
fatal damage. Yeah, she's a healer, so she doesn't want to hurt people too much.
Just a bit.
Just a
Yeah,
bit.
just a bit.
Just
We
enough
can
to
sort of
mostly
That's a good
reverse
answer.
it all if she changes her mind. Okay,
Didn't think of that
what
one.
must Jada do 3 times every day? A. Drink coffee. B. Journal. C. Disinfect her surroundings. D. Burpees. E. Pray. She's very
It's definitely
burpees.
burpees. That's why she keeps bobbing up and down.
Correct. Well done. Number 10. Which weapon she carries has Jada never used while with the party? A. Silent treatment. B. Chinese burn. C. Sling. D. Vulcan nerve pinch.
So do you
Love
want
to see
to read
Twilight.
those again? I hope it's the Vulcan nerve pinch.
Yeah, me too.
So what are the choices?
A. Silent treatment. B. Chinese burn. C. Sling. D. Vulcan nerve pinch. Ooh, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, it's so Vulcan nerve.
It's the sling.
Great.
But I love the
She is
silent
very, well,
treatment.
she is very quiet.
Remember, it's
Very
Jada,
quiet.
not the user.
He wishes.
That's amazing.
Done.
There we go. Hope you found that both interesting and amusing. We had a lot of fun when we got together about a month ago and recording those quizzes of people checking to see how much or sometimes how little their fellow players had been listening to comments that they had made about their character was quite amusing. So I hope you enjoyed it. Okay. We are going to turn to, as we usually do, a bit more of kind of peeling the onion with the characters on screen. I send out a few days before we play some, I term them character development questions, but really just simply questions either about the character's past or their experiences in game or just whatever really, to just understand a bit more about the character and what makes them tick. And tonight, the person that's kicking us off for those questions is Pete. Pete, the microphone is yours.
Thank you. Cool. So for Nicholas, what's the character I'm playing? The question is, has your character ever been forced to flee from an enemy? Well, the answer is absolutely yes. Nicholas is not at all afraid to flee from an enemy. He probably considers it with very little provocation. Someone look at him the wrong way, they'll probably flee. He's a bit of a scaredy cat in that way. He does like to, he can then sort of lie in wait and sort of get his own back if required. But no, when he's by himself, in particular, he is not afraid to flee. There's been any number of occasions when he has. But with this party, I suppose we do need to. He is appreciative when we do need to, when we run away if we have to. But also we do tend to stand our ground more often than not, I would say. Can I please pass over to Stara?
Stara. Hello, Stara.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you.
Oh, sorry. The question Jade is going to answer is, what is the most heartbreaking loss she has suffered? There was a while back when two parties were together, and when they parted ways, one of them was, and the other party was dying. Dead.
Yes. Yeah, dead.
Undead.
Yes.
Sort of dead.
Fully dead.
And it was
dead,
all very... It was dead, but in the process of maybe they were trying to get her to come back to life. But I've never heard from them, so I don't know. And it's every day I think about it. Is she alive? Did they save her?
Absolutely.
So yes, heartbreaking.
If Jada had access to YouTube, she might be able to answer that question. But Jada, unfortunately, does not have access to YouTube. Excellent. Thank you very much. Who would you like to hear from, please?
Deverin, please.
Excellent.
And Tanya. Graham.
Lovely. Yes, everyone first then. Let's make this all about family, shall we? So, most heartwarming moment your character's experienced, certainly in game time, is probably being re-meeting his mother. That was meant an awful lot to him. A real kind of person that he, as you can imagine, looks up to more than anyone else. Not only because she's his mother, but because she was also pretty badass warrior herself, and taught him everything he knows. So that was quite a moment. And he's met her now twice, and I guess we'll maybe be getting back to that little narrative sooner rather than later.
Cool.
Who knows?
Excellent.
Turning to Tanya, we'll take the same question with another question. Most heartbreaking loss was the loss of her father, who was tortured by the TTP on a vessel that coincidentally some friends of ours were on, the hero party. That broke her, and it was really heartwarming, however, to find and be reunited with a childhood mentor and godmother in the form of Ningwen, who subsequently also has been killed. So it's been something of a roller coaster, to say the least, with Tanya. Truth be told, she's a bit broken generally, pretty hardened by the whole thing now. It's been a lot of trauma, and she's kind of feels like she's at the controls of a crashing plane, if she knew what that was. But anyway, yes. So all about family in terms of what moves probably both my characters.
Nice.
Passing over to Anthony.
Nice one. So that could be a tagline for Twilight of the Older. Twilight of the Old Order. It's all been about trauma, or words to that effect.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, nice. Anthony, floor's yours.
So, Askell's question is, what does your character think about the undead? So Askell's actually quite fascinated about undead. Curious about how they are reanimated, and then what energy is keeping them going. How do they maintain some semblance of intelligence or lack of at times? He's never come across any undead, I think.
What about the in-between?
Do we have undead there?
Oh, yeah.
Do we? Oh, I can't remember. But the one undead he's most curious about, and pretty sure he hasn't come across yet, is vampires. He said a lot of the myths and legends about them But yeah, just quietly curious about them and their longevity, etc. And that stems a little bit around the loss of his mother, and what if it bring them back to life, and having almost seen it once with someone in the party. But looping back to Jadar's question as well.
Excellent. GM frantically taking notes. Careful what you wish for about vampires. Interesting.
Did I meant to say the stay past
The
Marshmallow Man?
Marshmallow Man. Cute fluffy bunny rabbits. I love them. I'm very interested in them.
And dresses of quintupling PowerPoints, I believe.
Yes. Those. Very good. Thank you, well met, one and all. We also have there's a sixth image up on screen. That is Yotto, who is played by Giles. Giles is currently not with us this very second. We're hoping he may be able to join us later in the session. Not such a major imposition on our narrative, at least initially tonight, because Yotto begins the game literally toppling back into the room that the characters are in, unconscious. So may not be the most talkative to begin with. But that's Yotto's image up on screen. And those are the characters up on screen. They're named, as you can see. If gentle viewer or gentle listener, or gentle viewer at least, you don't know the characters' names, those are the names of the characters if you didn't pick them up before. And you can also see, courtesy of Pete, thank you Pete, in the Discord chat is the list of questions that I sent out earlier in the week. Very good indeed. Well met, one and all. Always enjoy this part of the game. Pete, hand over to you, please, to provide a bit of a super quick précis of where things are at last time. I'm not going to do a run through of the dungeon. You guys know it enough by now, I think. But I will bring up where you are now on screen.
Thank you. Perfect. So, there we are. That's the room we sort of starting in. We are in the dungeon, a ruin of the Lords of Arcana, sort of alchemy ruin. We've made our way to this large room. Yeah, we came via this corridor with a bit of a pit trap and some mechanical dogs. And in this room here, we've got in the large room, got a dais with a pedestal with some dust in it. We haven't quite explored that or done our thinking. We've got 3 doors that we explored in the previous sessions. The one straight ahead was a plain door with a collapse in, a cave in behind it. Behind where we are now was the door with lead lining and some sort of weird rock with yellow lines through it, which we had explored, but we felt there was probably sort of a dangerous substance in that room. And then where we started our game last time was we had just sort of gotten into combat, because this door here was the 3rd door we were exploring. It's got bands of yellow on it, yellow metal, and above it were 5 tubes or 5 holes. And in the session before, we'd just touched the door and out had fallen 3 sort of mechanical metal snakes. Session before, there they are. Not huge. They were, but big enough for us and very, very fast. So our last session started with us fighting those. The 3 snakes. We managed to dispatch them. I don't think anyone took anything major. There might have been a bit of hits done, but no one permanently injured, I don't think. We then proceeded to open the door, so Tanya picked the lock very successfully. Thank you, Tanya. We noticed there were yellow bands of metal running up this hallway, about a 20-foot long hallway that went to what I'm going to call it the treasure room. I don't know if it is actually a treasure room, but we could see boxes and chests and items at the end there. And on the floor, thank you. Yeah, quite a variety of interesting items there. Oh, gonna have a real attunement session with those. But however, of course, to get there, to get to that room, there was a corridor with the floor tiled in these eye images, and we did notice they've got a differing number of eyelashes on them. So some sort of this whole complex seems to have there's been a number of stages where there have been impediments to progress, and you had to have the secret knowledge to get through. So whether it was the fire arch or past the guardians or past the metal dolls or past the snakes, so obviously another sort of trap or a secure way of securing this room. And then at the very end, above the archway, as we can see on screen, there was a 6th lashed eye there. We were doing a whole lot of thinking. We were puzzling about how do we get across this? What's the correct sequence? We could, do we send on this one, this one, this one, and that? And we came up with a couple of solutions, but both started with us standing on tile 0 with 0 eyelashes. And Yotto very bravely offered to be the one to go and try a sequence of tiles out. No sooner stepped foot on that first tile when spinning blades came hurtling down the corridor at him and chopping him from all sorts of directions. They're brilliant. I think he didn't roll particularly well. Well, he was able to dodge out of the way. I don't think he got too many blades, but he got enough to actually have done really severe damage to him. So I believe in our game terms, he's actually lost a life level. So we get 3 sort of strikes before our character is actually permanently dead. But so that means he's at the beginning of our session, especially before, he's lying on the floor in a pool of blood, unconscious, but hopefully he won't be too much more injured than that. I think that's where we're up to.
Excellent.
Poor Yotto.
Poor Yotto. Brave Yotto. Poor Yotto. Yes, perfect. Thanks, Pete. Exactly that. So for those that aren't familiar with either our game or Rolemaster in general, Rolemaster is a particularly brutal system, and each character gets 3 life levels, 3 death saves, 3 call them what you wills, get out of jail free cards. I think Rolemaster is too lethal a game to have without them. Bizarrely enough, however, just the nature of dice or luck, or call it what you will, Severin, Graham's character, who has been in from the very beginning, along with Jada and a couple actually those 2 characters only, really, as the original starting characters. After all of this time, Severin has never lost a life level, but there we go. Long may that last. But yes, Yotto has
well and truly tempted there. Jesus.
Just calling it as it is. Yotto, we were debating what could happen to him, and for those that are following on this story from the last recording, you'll hear that we finished the session somewhat abruptly as we were trying to figure out what to do with Yotto being cut by these. One thing to note, there were these different blades that you can see up on screen. Can you see my cursor? Yes, you can. They weren't... They appeared to be physical blades, perhaps, but they certainly were glowing, and they seemed to have some kind of enchantment on them. They came down the floor. They came down in several places from the ceiling. So several places on the floor, several places on the ceiling. Very, very hard to spot where they actually came from. Pete, that was, as always, a really good description of what happened last time. Any questions from anybody, anything that's not clear, before we begin our story for tonight?
Sorry, one thing I forgot to say, we sort of did a little bit of a test. I think we all came to the conclusion that the bands of metal running along the corridor and on the door were perhaps to stop magic. Nicholas tried to send his bird summon through there, and it immediately just evaporated. He had sort of a bit of a recoil. I think Tanya tried to do a sort of a future viewing spell, and she got a yellow result, meaning what we figured all magic is sort of being halted in down this corridor.
Cool. Excellent. Good point. I would note not just down this corridor, but on the door, down the corridor, on the ceiling of the corridor, and you can see on that back wall, it's not on the image, but on the back wall at the very back, there are these bands. That'd be probably about that distance between them. They're quite thick, about that thick, of these bands of metal that appear to be affixed to the wall or built into the wall in some way. Any other questions or comments? Oh, yep, go for it.
So, and we threw a rock down and nothing triggered. We did that before Yotto actually took a step as well. So it could be size or non-organic matter.
Yep. Anything else, folks? Nope. Well, if you are all sitting comfortably, if you're ready for some shenanigans, let's start the game. Indeed, this is exactly where we're going to start. There's this horrible noise. Yotto screams in pain. There's a whizzing of blades. Tanya, you get the best look at it because you're, well, the only really good look at it because you're standing back here. The others are off to one side, and Yotto falls back into the room. What do you do?
Well, I guess prop him up somewhere.
Yep.
Call for Jada to come and look at him. Because is she there or is she still in the other corridor?
Just down here.
Hiding. We could see you.
Yeah, I reckon we'd want to take care of Yotto. I mean, we've got
Okay.
perhaps other things we want to do, but we would. At least Nicholas will help. So prop him up, drag him out of the entrance of the doorway, and he'd call Jada over to get an assessment of what's happening with him.
Okay, great.
That's what Nicholas would be.
Yeah. And Severin like to get his mirror out. Wants to check his hair.
Okay, excellent. Okay. So you remove Yotto over. Jada, unless you say otherwise, I'm going to assume you come over and check him.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. What are you doing, Jada?
Well, I probably would do a diagnostics.
Sure thing. Give me a roll, please, and just before you do.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. No. Rules pages. There we go. Healing. So for diagnostics, so 3 rounds minimum. If you spend 5 rounds, if you spend 5 minutes, you get a +10 to the roll. Kind of looking over him and poking him and prodding him. You're not seeing any initial bleeding, by the way, Jada. So you would feel.
Really? It looks like he'd be in little pieces.
Yeah. What I mean is he's not taking hits per round. So yes, he's cut and he's unconscious, but there's not blood coming out of him that needs immediately to be much blood that's coming out of him that needs to be immediately staunch. You wait 5 minutes, Jada, and give me a roll with a +10.
30.
30, cool. It's masked, of course, so a 30 in this game could be really amazing. Because we twist we invert or change the number to a hidden number. What's her skill, please?
98.
She's very, very good. Yes, so you spend your time, you spend 5 minutes, 150 rounds, looking over Yotto. It actually only takes you 1 round at the end of it properly to have the real deduction. But you're pretty convinced you know what the problem is. And you gain +40 to any subsequent healing rolls, reducing any penalties, etc. You think from your assessments, Jada, that he's been incredibly lucky. Yes, he has been horribly mangled by these blades. You haven't seen them, but you've heard people describe them to you. But he's basically just taken a lot of concussion damage. So his body has just had a lot of damage done to it, and it's basically just shut down. He needs either rest or, you think he probably just needs some rest and potentially some healing, some hit point recovery to make him recover. But that you can't, checking over him, you can't see anything that's like no major wound on him.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, back to the others. What are you doing?
So, Severin's got his hopefully his mirror out by now.
It's a strange time to do your hair.
Well, He'd like to go over to not step on any of the tiles, but go to the doorway,
Sure.
standing short of the doorway.
Okay.
He'd just like to quickly put his finger through the threshold and back again.
Yep. Nothing.
Did anything happen? Right. In that case, he'd like to use his mirror.
Yep.
And just extend his arm without stepping into the room, without stepping on the tiles or even looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
And just tilt his mirror to see if there is anything on the back wall of the inside of the arch.
Interesting.
So while Severn's doing that, Askell would like to come close to Severn, crouch down and reach up to put a hand on Severn's belt.
Okay.
So in the event of, so Askell will be crouched down, sort of reaching up on his belt. So while he's doing this, so to steady Severn so he doesn't tumble in, and in the event something triggers, he can just pull very quickly.
Cool.
Thanks.
Cool. Great. Duly noted. Anything that Nicholas is doing, anything that Tanya's doing.
Tanya would like to check the wall behind her.
Okay.
In case there's anything. I mean, I think she's already given the room a good once over, but she'd like to check that back wall, rubble on the ground, just in case there's anything other clues as to what's going on.
Cool. So who do you want to do first, Severin or Tanya?
Tanya.
Tanya, sure. Give me a roll.
Whilst that's happening, to say that Nicholas, after having the lantern for Jada at Yotto, I assume that's brief. Nicholas would carry his lantern over to help with Severin illuminate the corridor for Severin.
Sure.
He'd stand out of the way of both of Severin and Askell, but help light.
Cool.
53.
Yep.
Plus 85.
75 plus 75.
85.
85. Okay. She has a, she's got I believe it's a torch or a second lantern. I can't remember which.
Torch.
So she fully goes over, she has the torch up close. See. Okay. So she brings the torch up and she's checking, she's moving torch across, she's shining it in all the right places, she thinks. She can't see anything. I mean, she checks this entire wall down here and down to here and a bit of the floor, etc. She can't find anything. She doesn't find anything.
Okay.
Severin, describe exactly what you're doing, please.
So, yeah, he sticks without crossing the threshold, and thanks to some extra pull to prevent him falling forward, puts his legs, plants firmly so he doesn't fall anywhere. He just wants to tilt the mirror back up to above inside the. So only with the length of his arms, just tilt the mirror up so that he just wonders if there's a mirror image of the symbol on the far wall on the near wall without stepping into the room.
Interesting. So your arm is over the threshold, obviously.
Yes.
But nothing else. Got it. Okay.
Nothing else.
Yeah, cool.
Certainly nothing near the floor.
Yeah, got it. Could you give me a perception roll, please?
15.
Cool. What's his perception?
75.
Yeah, cool. The short answer is yes, you do see something. You see this. You don't see that. You see that.
1. Righto. So, back to our grid.
Goes right up the middle, alternating squares. 1, 2 in column 3, 3 in column 2, 4 in column 3, 5 in column 2, 6 in column 3. Maybe. Well, that would give us 2 6s though.
Or is it so your 1's already up there? So you're going to go start on 2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
3 to 4.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
5.
It zigzags up the middle 2
Okay,
columns.
so let's just slide Yotto onto those things and see what happens. He can't die. He's not here. So
Oh, God.
oh, would he forgive us?
The only thing would be, would you want to stand on 6 at the end if it's already up on the door frame?
Has anybody got a? I've changed machines since I last did that. Has anyone got a little grab of the?
It's in the chat,
Ooh,
main game channel. If you just scroll up a little bit.
we can't see the top ones.
Oh, they're cut off.
Okay. A little bit. That's all right. So
2,
3025.
3, 4, 5,
4315.
Oh, yeah. Someone just beat me to it.
Oh, good. Thanks.
It's actually 2 of them in there now. Never mind.
Okay.
1 for each eye, maybe.
Yes, maybe.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So we're assuming that, but the far one is 6, right?
Hmm.
So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.
Hmm.
6, 2.
2, 3.
Three, 1, 2.
Hmm.
What do you do?
Don't know. Thinking.
Hmm.
Wonder what the noises of. Hang on.
The crickets.
Yeah. No, the sound of. Sound of lines turning.
Yeah, that's just wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting it to be another 6. But anyway,
Does that mean, do we flip everything? 6 means 1? So, wait. Well, there's zeros in there too.
For you guys are thinking, I'm going to do a little tiki tour around the.
yeah. I mean, while this is going on, I think Tanya will keep searching, looking for any other clues that she can find.
Okay.
In the room.
So we're looking across at a 6 eyelash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 eyelashes. And behind it is a 1.
Symbols being mirrored.
Where was the number 1 one? On the back wall.
Yeah,
Near
just inside.
Okay.
Just
sort
there.
of-
Above
there's
our
no other-
doorway.
There's no other eyes that we know of. Okay.
Oh, Nicholas, I'd like to check the door, please. Anything on the inside of the door, outside of the door?
Sure. Give me a perception roll, please.
85.
Could be very good. Could be very bad. What's his looky look skill?
45.
That's 45. Cool. You don't notice anything. Doesn't mean it's not there, but you don't notice anything.
Oh, don't say that. Nicholas would share that information, so if someone else wants to look.
Worries me. It just doesn't make any sense. If that is 2 to 6, why you step on 6 when you're not stepping on 1?
Yeah. Have we missed any other eye symbols? Like in all the searching, we haven't found any other sort of
No.
patterns or clues in around.
Well, and Severin will perceive now he's in the doorway. Anything else he can see?
Sure. Give me a.
He'll-
Where in particular are you looking, Severin?
Well, he'll continue to use his mirror and look at the ceiling,
Sure. Yep.
and he'll look at then both walls, everywhere in the room, but using the mirror if he needs to.
Sure. Give me another roll, please, because that was specifically above the door.
'81 plus 75.
He uses the mirror to kind of check down the side of the door, up on the ceiling above the door, down the corridor. Again, he just sees more of these yellow bands that go down. Nothing else. Nothing else that hasn't been described.
The yellow bands, do they go straight?
Yes. Stripes, yellow stripes, band stripes. Yeah.
How many of them?
Oh, say about that thick. Approximately 15, 20. Yeah. Roughly, about that space in between. The ceiling throughout this complex has been very tall. It's been about 20 foot, 15 to 20 foot in most places. So, bands about that thick, that far apart, kind of to the floor and ceiling.
Six, 5.
6, 3, 4. Down. 3, 6. That's about 1. Is it, are we still working out the code?
Yeah, I'm.
Yep.
Yep.
Can it be? Take away 1, 5, 1, 2, 3. couldn't. Just depends how hard this thing is. But could it just be the 6 eyelash, take away the 1 eyelash is 5, and then you step on all the 5 squares? Because they lead all the way to the end. Jump, 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 jump. Or is that too easy? Seems to be the only one you can do that with. Oh, wait, 3, 3, 3, 3. No, it's not the 3s. Yeah. Or is it one of those ones where the 6, you have to swap it? 6 is a 1, then a 5 becomes a 2, 4 is a 3. I don't know. I can't see the pattern here yet.
What we definitely know is that 0 was the wrong one to start on.
Right. Were you going to go 0, 1, 2, 3?
Well, we had a couple of
No.
a couple of pathways. Both started on 0, so that's where we started. That's where Yotto started and ended.
0, 1, 2, 3.
Right, so don't start on 0.
7.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, halfway between 1 and 6 is 3.
Yeah, 3, 3,
3, 3,
3, 3, 3. That could work too. Because surely you have to jump on the right one, so it's not going to skip a line, surely. Bit far to jump. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
I don't see the logic of. Oh, I see 6, 1. Yeah, bit obscure though, isn't it? 6 minus 1. I mean, the thing is, we don't really have a fundamental clue, do we?
I think that the door we're at has got a 1 above it, and the door we're going to is a 6. I think that implies a pathway, a sequence. I mean, yeah, but in the absence of any other information.
Yeah, it does. But it's just the worry at the last row. Why go 6, 6 if you haven't got starting on one?
Maybe you're supposed to leap the last one.
Or when you stand on the 6, it deactivates it for everyone.
Oh, true. Yeah. Locks the.
Is that going? You would think you're starting on 1, so you go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you open, and that's the 7th. Yeah, that works.
Except that you haven't stood on a 1.
Help me drag Yotto over. Just put his legs on. Well, he's still alive, in case it only, goes off for the living people.
Well, fundamentally, do we want to do this?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
There's got to
secondly,
be something good there.
how do we decide who does it?
Who else have we got around that's alive?
That's cool.
Who's got the most lives?
It's everyone.
Or who's the quickest? Who's got the best chance of jumping out of the way?
What was Yotto putting his feet on it, or was he poking it with something? Have we tried throwing a rock in and just seeing what happens?
So we threw a rock through. We haven't tried using, say, your staff to touch the tiles.
Well, let's say we touch it and that thing comes whizzing towards us. Have we got anything that will stop it, or is it too powerful?
Well, you get everyone stay out of the way, and then someone just reach around with the staff and tap it.
Could we just take that door off its hinges and lay it over the whole top?
Yeah. I did wonder whether it was a combination of 2 tiles, but I don't know how that would work. You'd
6 and 1 things that add up to 7.
Yeah, but
5,
the problem
6,
would
7,
be
5,
you'd have to press 2, stand on 2 at a time, which would be quite tricky.
That could work. There is things that.
But you'd have to land on 2, and you've got to jump.
Like hopscotch.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
very tricky to achieve.
Oh, it does work though, all the way across. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7.
What does?
It does sound like. It does sound like it's 1 to 6. 1's behind us, 6 is ahead.
That's definitely the most obvious. I can't see any. That doesn't. That's the least obscure, right?
Yeah.
So, what about using Jadar's staff? Everyone clear out of the way.
Mhm.
Eskel will hide behind the corner of the door, and then
I reckon a sword would work just as good. What about just a rock?
just staff's longer.
A dachi. It's really long. A dachi.
Oh, yeah, he's not using it.
Nah.
Tell me what you do.
I think we're still confabulating
Okay.
on.
Oh, I thought you
Can
had...
we throw a rock in so that we're not holding the staff and touching it and something whizzes out? Can we just see what rocks do as a weight? There must be a rock lying around somewhere.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Plenty of
yeah.
rocks.
And just throw it, quickly pull your hand back so you don't lose your hand.
Put it on the 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Does someone do that?
And then if we do stand on it, we'll just make sure we're holding on to the person when they stand so we can pull them back.
No, it didn't really work last time.
Oh, did we try that?
We
had
did
a rope.
ropes.
We had a rope tied to it. Or your
Oh,
side.
man. So it's real
Too
fast.
fast.
Okay. Oh, okay. Who wants to use my staff? I'm not going to offer to do it since I'm on my last life.
Do you want to try the rubble piece onto the
Yep.
number 2 tile?
Yep. Do you want to?
Do you want to? Okay.
Should we flip a coin?
Eskel's happy to do it. It's just as long as everyone else sort of. Yes. I need one person around the corner to grab Eskel just in case.
Yeah, he really
But
died
everyone else
once.
stay well out of the way.
Eskel, you pick up a piece of rubble. People take all those precautions. You walk up, and what do you do with the piece of rubble?
Are we all happy? Thumbs up.
Well, don't leave it
Yep.
by the door. So just maybe poke it around the corner with my staff. Okay, you can use my staff, but just to poke the rock. If that goes well, you can use it.
Okay, sure. So Eskel will place the rubble on the ground on the smoothest surface,
Mm-hmm.
and then he will head off to the side and then push using the staff onto the second eyelash
Cool.
tile.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Okay, try it.
Magic, innit? It's magic.
Try the number 5. Try the number 5.
Well, you
Right.
may as well try another one.
Try the 3 or the 5. Oh yeah, the 3, because we think it might be the 3, the 5. Yeah. 0.
You want to test if it works? Try the 0.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
one that's
yeah.
not the one that's going to fall. Oh, we've done that one.
Yeah,
No,
but
there's
then
zero
we'll know if it's making any difference whatsoever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Good luck.
Yeah. So so he'll use the staff and then push it from the 2 lash to the 0 lashes.
And pull it back really fast.
You reach down with Jada's staff. You get the rock, and you slowly.
Quickly.
This isn't quite it, but oh, maybe I do have it. Okay, it's not quite a block that big. You move it from 1 square to the one with 0, and nothing happens.
It wouldn't
Should
be
we
that
throw
easy.
the rock? Do we have the rock on it?
I think forget the rocks. I think whatever it's magic. It detects life.
Organic
Okay.
life. Yeah.
Yada yada. Otherwise, it would be too easy.
Okay.
Yeah. Eskel will try and hook the rock back.
Okay, yep, gets it back.
Okay. Cool. Rather than leave it out there. Yeah. What about?
I think we're just going to have to do it. But one other suggestion is if you kneel down outside the room and put your hand onto a tile and push down with your hand.
Might lose your hand.
You might lose your hand. Well, but most of your body's outside the room, right?
Yeah.
Or I just think we might well just have to bite the bullet, so to speak.
Yeah. Well, because
Again.
I guess it sort of makes sense that none of the protectors so far we've met have been organic. They've been mechanical snakes, mechanical dogs, that sort of thing.
Can't we
organic
float?
living matter.
We can't fly in because we can't use any magic.
Yep.
No magic, just skills.
So we're nominating. If we're looking at someone to go in, I think it's either someone who is fast, so they might be able to do the absurd maneuver to get out of the way, or have a better DB against the blades.
I think it's so hard that probably anyone who doesn't get it right is going to be munted.
Right.
Yeah.
So
no way to climb over.
Therefore, it's someone who's going to have minimizing the damage because they're well armored. Not naming names, not meaning to imply. But
Well, I'm real confident that we've got it. I just don't want to stand on those to find out.
Or do we just exclude the two that are both on their last lives and just roll a dice for the remainder?
Yep. Okay.
Because Jada, how many lives have you lost?
I'm on my last. Otherwise, yeah.
So you've lost 3.
I've lost 2.
Shows 2, right? So you've got 2 more lives left.
Yeah,
And Kenya's got 1. I mean, how would you feel, Guy, if we rolled for the remaining 3?
Fine. Not in character for Nicholas, but I'm fine with it.
Why can't we just do Yotto? He can't die and he's not quite dead and he's alive enough to do it. If we wait any longer, he won't count. He'll be dead.
Player will be here.
Well, I don't think he's on his feet, is he?
GM is. I'm assuming you're joking, Stara, but GM is overruling that idea.
It wasn't. Oh man, what are we gonna do?
In a rush of blood to the head, Nicholas will agree to a dice roll or that negotiations are.
Wow.
Have convinced him or whatever. I'm happy.
Wow.
Really as a player, happy to go with that.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Rock, paper, scissors.
All right. Well,
I think,
Jada,
we've got the puzzle right. We've got it right. 1 to 6.
You roll it then. So if we go by the order of the sheet, so that's Askell 1 to 2, Nicholas 3 to 4, Severin 5 to 6.
Cool.
Yep. Is that all right?
Yep.
Are you doing that, Jada?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I
No,
was reading something.
1d6 roll from you.
From me. 1d6. 1d6. Coming right up.
4, 5, 6.
Four.
It's Nicholas.
Oh.
So yeah, I would want to say that, actually maybe he's, I don't know, maybe he was, we say he would have, so it's in character. He would have, perhaps had inspiration. Yes, it's definitely this, he values his reasoning skill. Maybe he feels he's confident enough to do it.
A little bit tenuous,
perhaps,
but let's go with that.
Or a charm roll from Severin, whatever. But Nicholas is happy to go through it.
Cool.
Yep.
What does he do?
So he would.
Shall we take your backpack off any specific gear that may
but absolutely, yeah.
anything that may
trust in the man.
encumber you?
Chris, were the ropes of any practical use last time?
No.
All too fast. Yeah.
We had to get him back though, because if he does fall over or something, we can at least drag him back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially if he's 3 tiles in.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll put a secure him with a rope.
Brave Nicholas.
And Nicholas will want to confer: is he standing on the 6 at the end, or is he jumping over it?
It seems odd to jump the 6, doesn't it? But
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
it's
yeah.
entirely your choice. But
We'll stand on it. We'll just see how that goes. Yep.
Well, you're standing on the one at the start, and then it looks like footsteps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Not standing on the one at the start. The one at the start is the eye above the door.
But exactly, but you're standing, at the one, and then if you look at it, it's like right foot on the 2, left foot on the 3, right foot on the 4, left foot. It looks perfect. So why wouldn't you stand on the 6? And then the 7th, you'd step to the left. case there's one more
Yeah,
track.
yeah,
Alrighty.
yeah, true. Yep.
Jada, is there anything like herb-wise that you need to prepare that takes time?
It's I've only got ones that would help with very certain things. Do you want to know what they are?
More kind of hit point revival,
Yeah, they're
urgent,
not.
stop
Yeah,
bleeding, that kind of thing.
major wound
Anything.
plus 1 to 12 hits. Okay, I'll prepare a saku. There's a
Well,
that one is heal. Yeah, I don't really know what these do, but it says 2 times heal major wounds plus 1 to 12 hits. Or Dagma third, just 10 hits.
Yeah, well, that sounds quite good, doesn't
Giles!
it? The Asaku.
Or his ears were burning.
Hi, Giles.
Okay, I'll prepare it. I'll prepare a saku just in case.
Cool.
Once it's prepared, it should be used. Otherwise, it's wasted. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay. Right, how long does it take to prepare?
Oh, I can't remember. It takes a while.
What?
Have you killed me again?
Hello, Giles.
I was going to.
What form does the herb take? What is it?
Doesn't say. It's just doesn't say.
Sap apply.
Apply.
Sap.
Thanks.
Sap apply.
Apply. Takes 10 rounds to prepare. 5 rounds to apply. Applied directly onto an injured area. Lasts for 4 hours before losing effect.
How many hours?
Sorry.
How many hours?
Takes 10 rounds to prepare, 5 rounds to apply. Applied directly onto the injured area. Lasts 4 hours before losing effect once prepared.
So
Couldn't I use it on Yotto?
yes,
If I don't
exactly.
use it, can I do that? Though?
Sure.
Oh, but he's dead in 9 rounds or something, though. Eh?
He's gone.
Oh.
Yeah. Giles, welcome. Pete, you are at the moment of truth. What does Nicholas do?
He's going to step onto eyelash 2 in the first row. Correct.
Nicholas, very, very bravely, your leg goes out over the threshold. You're looking down, you're feeling very nervous about this.
Where's the drumming coming from?
Nothing happens. You step.
Whoa!
Oh, we did it! Go, Nicholas, run!
So we've got 1, 2. So he's got
3.
1, 2. It doesn't make sense to go 1 or 4 or 5. Yep. Okay. Now, sorry, I forgot to say. Is he going to be impeded? If he had to do a jump out of the way maneuver, would he be impeded by carrying the lantern, or should he leave that behind? I think he's keen to take it.
I'd just say no. I wouldn't do that. He would just make a
Cool.
maneuver.
No.
Yep.
Cool. No, okay, cool. He is going to step onto in the second row. He'll step onto tile 3. So that's the one to the. Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes.
Nicholas, sweat is running down your brow. You're feeling incredibly, incredibly nervous. Your foot goes down onto number 3. You think for a second. There's a slight click, but nothing happens. You step onto top.
Whoa!
Oh man.
A slight click.
Maybe you're wrong.
Just messing with you.
Or is he?
The next tile is 4, which is diagonally to the right.
He's getting confident now. Is he getting too confident?
No.
I don't know.
No.
He steps on tile 4.
Well, I
nothing
mean,
happens.
He's only doing it because he's confident. That's the way it has to be.
Yes,
Because
yeah, that's
otherwise, he wouldn't be going out there.
That's true.
Tile 5 is diagonally to the left.
Steps onto tile 5. Nothing happens.
Ooh.
Oh gosh. Now. That's where it could go nasty. No, he's going to step diagonally onto tile 6.
When life gives you lemons,
Oops.
stir them with a little town in the...
What?
It's-
To freak us out.
Where was that from?
That was my YouTube sending me an ad.
Oh, I thought you were getting something ready.
No,
That was
it wasn't.
So that wasn't planned.
No.
oh, right. Is it the lemon?
You step on tile 6, nothing happens.
Oh,
So, ironically, Casper, who I'd asked, like, was it a week, 2 weeks ago, what did he reckon it was, never responded. And literally after Pete started taking a step, he goes, "Oh, I think it's this, work backwards from 6. He's like, "Oh, you told us like 2 weeks ago, Casper."
because it does make a nice pattern up the middle. Yeah.
Nicholas, you are now looking back down the corridor to your companions. Sweat is absolutely saturating your shirt. You are at that stage down the corridor.
He'd like to do a perception roll, please.
Sure, give me a roll.
And
Can you reach everything without getting off the thing?
38. We'll find out.
38. 38. What's his perception bonus, please?
Of 45.
Plus 45. Okay. What in particular are you looking for?
Wanted to get a read on the room, just general perception, another description of the room.
Really can't
First.
see unless he's kind of leaning over. He can't. So if he's just looking at the room, pretty much just as described.
Oh, okay.
But you'd have to lean over or step into the room to actually get a look at the room.
Yeah, no, he is going to step into. So no really new information. Just
No.
the items we've already seen are a bit closer. Yeah, Paul. He's going to step into the room. He'd like to step diagonally,
Oops.
where the next tile would have been if he was continuing that pattern.
Damn it. Hang on.
And sorry, and I assume that he can't reach any of the items from where he is standing.
No. Hang on. Just lost Nicholas. So Nicholas, you step into the room, and this is what you see. A lot more boxes, a lot more packages, a lot more bundles. It's a small room, very small room. That's the size of it there. Oh, damn it, did it again. No, I'll just move you in to there. There we go. And you see a collection of other things, shelves and other things. There's a thick layer of dust on everything. Doesn't look as though anybody has touched this for a long time. I would say, from the GM, nice work.
Very brave.
So far.
Yeah. He wants to get out as soon as possible.
So, a bit of narration from me. First and foremost, you see a ring on the ground, a silver ring on the ground, and it's actually facing towards you. It's the first thing you see. Now I don't realize you've got a black screen. It's a quite large ring. It would fit definitely on the largest finger on your hand or on a much bigger hand, and it has a motif on it. You can see the motif quite easily. It's on a white stone and a black motif. This is what the motif looks like. It's the first thing that you see. And that's definitely set apart from all the others and right at the entranceway when you come in. The other items I've listed, I'll just run through them again. You see a silver ring, as I say, with the motif lying in the middle of the room at the front by itself. You could have actually, sorry, I was wrong. You could have actually reached in and picked that ring up by itself. You see the strange eye sculpture, and I'll run through each one of these in a second. You see a pair of spectacles with a plain brass frame and exceptionally thick oval lenses. A small wooden box bound with iron, a small stone box, a small grey box, a single gauntlet. You see a vial of black swirling liquid. You see a 5-foot staff of red mahogany with gold bands at the gripping end. You see a dagger. You see a leather coat. You see what appears to be a mirror with kind of covered in kind of rotting, decaying material, but you can see from your first glance it is a hand mirror. A pair of slippers, an eye-shaped amulet framed with delicate strands of platinum, an unstrung longbow, plain silver ring, another dagger, ivory tusks, a stacked lot of bronze ingots, rotten wooden crate, a small chest, oak-bound, silver daggers on a tray, a wooden tray, 12 of them, a medium wooden chest, a small chest, a wooden box, 4 flat stacked objects in thick leather satchels, and bronze candlesticks, 10 of them, in an open crate lined with hay. Now, some of those things you were able to see from the door, some of them you weren't. I'm going to put the full list into the description, coming into the description now, and I'll show you some of the objects on screen too. There we go. So that's the full list of what Nicholas can see. He hasn't done any further investigation. Just to run through some of those objects. Firstly, the daggers in the tray look like this. The ivory I've mentioned. The ingots I talked about. I mentioned the candlesticks. What else did I mention?
Cuddly toy.
Cuddly toy, yes, cuddly toy. I think that's all I can mention from there. The other items are the gauntlet, the liquids, the black swirling liquids, the eye medallion, the dagger, the strange eye sculpture, stone box. Not everything is listed, by the way, but just to give you a sense. The staff, a jacket, slippers, another dagger, these spectacles sitting on top of a case, another ring, the longbow, a box, another box, a mirror that's partially covered. So the actual mirror itself is covered, but you can make out that much of an outline. And then, yes, lastly, this mirror, this ring at the very front with this motif on it.
Nicholas, Severin just calls across to you, and one congratulates you on your being braver than anyone.
Not braver than Yotto.
True. But whether I could attach an empty backpack to the rope, and then do you pull that across? If that's helpful.
Sure. Yeah, if we want to do it. So dragging loads over, sort of thing. You mean?
Could drag the load over, or if you thought you could get it all in one pack, you could do that. Either way.
Certainly no way you could get it in one pack. There's a lot of stuff in here.
Okay. Well, he could then pull. He could then tie one rope to the pack, the one he's holding with you that you're attached to, and then another rope to the other end of the pack, so we could you could load it up and we could drag it back across.
Do some. Yep. Okay. If that's how we feel is best.
James is going to get a drink. Have a chat amongst yourselves. Back in a second.
Hey, Giles.
The only risk with dragging, if GM says rope comes off or it spills open, you're gonna have to accept that anything that falls on a tile that isn't safe to stand on, items gone. That's all.
What do you mean gone? Oh, well, we'd do the pack up. We wouldn't do anything. We wouldn't do liquid, obviously. It would just be the stuff that we wouldn't get damaged.
Yeah, just more if there's a crate we're dragging it and then it spills open. If it's gone onto a tile that's not safe to stand on, then we have to accept it's because we don't want to try and grab it or touch it.
Yeah.
We get chopped.
Just go up.
That mirror seems to be not something maybe don't uncover.
Yeah, good point.
Agree. Cursed.
Yeah. Sorry, Giles.
I'm dead.
So you're unconscious. So you've lost. Sorry, just checking up that you've lost your one death save. Yeah. So we pulled you out of the way of the doorway, propped you up, got Jada to check you over, and her conclusion was that you are unconscious due to lack of hits. It seems that you have no permanent injuries. So you might have it be a slight minus, but you're down because of hits, because of injury to you. So if that's consistent with you using up a death save, as you shouldn't. Well, in the past, other characters have had no permanent injury, but are unconscious for the rest of the fight, sort of thing.
Yep.
Is that all right? Sorry about that, Giles. Sorry that's.
Could have been a lot worse. Well, anyway.
Someone could have tried to kill you again after that when you weren't in the game.
By putting your legs, by using your legs, your living matter of a body to test out if other tiles were safe or not.
I follow the logic. Sorry, which is the psychopath?
One who's laughing
One
maniacally.
thing for 8 hit points with their staff, and now anything's open this season.
Yeah. So no, Giles. Just to put this into context, we did a roll off between the 3 remaining characters who weren't on their last life. Nicholas, Severin, and Askell. That's how Nicholas has ended up the one going through. We're just having to sort of say that it's because he figured out he was confident in his reasoning, because he normally wouldn't put himself out. He's not brave. It's just, yeah.
Why don't we all just hop over the tiles? Now we know the code.
I
Well,
agree.
He's unconscious. I mean, I can't go anywhere, but you can leave me. No one's going to come get me.
And I think that I wonder if this water carrier ring is an important one, like it might unlock it or disarm it in some description.
Well, this must go somewhere, and we've come across the water carrier. She was the beautiful statue in one of the rooms.
Right. Okay. So we need to go and match those two up, right? So in that Pikeman's refuge room.
Yeah. That's
Sorry,
correct.
I know what I mean.
And the water carrier is in at least one of the frescoes.
Maybe, yeah. Cool. So Nicholas, I think he should pick up the ring, and because it might be some sort of a key ring to unlock to disarm the trap or to protect him from it or something. I don't know, but it's obviously of significance. If he picks up the ring, and happy to do loads by pack rope, that's what he'll take direction from Severin or from anyone.
Well, I think, we'll discuss it, but I think it's a good idea to pick up the ring, certainly. It feels significant, doesn't it?
I can do some delving of its purpose if I have a sleep. It's just a 1-point spell.
I think we'll be
should-
doing a lot of delving. Will be great before we invest in use items or attunement. So yeah.
Should we have a sleep in this room because nothing can get us, because it can't get across the eyes where we're safe, or is it bad timing? Do we want to get out of here?
I think we do well to pick things up and maybe get Nicholas back. Would be good.
Yeah, he would like to. Yeah. So Chris, some action. So Nicholas would. So is that his perception? Can you do another perception roll, or does he need to do another perception roll? Now that he's in the room.
Yeah, give me another one if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, just in case.
Sure.
He's looking for. I don't know what he's looking for. 20. So he rolled a 23. His skill is 45. He's looking for any other symbols, and anything that strikes him as being more out of the ordinary.
Sure thing. It was a 25 was the roll.
Sorry, 23.
23. Okay, and 45?
45, yeah.
He's got the lantern with him. He has a pretty good look around. Doesn't move much. Oh, well, the one thing is there is another brazier I meant to mention that's there in the center. That was the one thing I forgot.
Okay, cool.
He doesn't notice anything anything else? I don't believe. No, he doesn't roll it out.
Cool. Thank you. He will consult with the rest of the group by the shouting. Would just want to describe the other items in the room. General description, not taking too long. And then he says he's intending to pick up the ring, and if no one stops him, he would like to pick up the ring with the symbol, the obvious ring.
Sure. He
Sounds like a plan, and Severin will do the sack thing.
What's the sack thing? Talk me.
Sorry, he'll empty his rucksack.
Yep.
He'll tie the rope that he's holding that's attached to Nicholas to one of the armholds.
Okay.
He'll take the rope off Tenya, and he'll tie the other rope to the other armhold.
Okay.
And so that we could, in theory, ferry the stuff over the floor.
Okay. Some of the items certainly.
Yeah, some not. But yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that appears to be very, very heavy and large. So, for example, your chances of ferrying all of these candlesticks, the ivory, the tray of. I suppose you could, if you wanted to pick up each dagger on the tray of 12 daggers, you could put them in. And then there are these very large flat objects as well, which so there are some quite large, bulky items, and some of these wooden boxes are large.
I suppose the thing is that if we'd have to carry them out of here anyway, sort of thing, right?
Yep. I mean,
Like,
definitely some of the items you can pick up, definitely, and you can easily put inside a pack. I'll tell you which ones you can, and you can ferry them across.
Yep, I'd like to do that, please.
Okay. Just before we do, is anybody else doing anything back in the room? And again, just a warm Twilight welcome to you, Giles. Hope you're okay. It sounds like he's vanished. No, he's gone.
Get him off.
We have to get him off. Okay. Is anybody else doing anything while Nicholas and Severin are doing that? Anything from Ask or Jada? Tanya.
Tanya will keep an eye out, and I think we've opened all the doors now, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yes, we have. So I think she'll just go back to and look down the corridor from whence we came, and with an arrow on her bow, and we'll just keep an eye on things down there.
That is the only other light source, by the way. So she's taken the only light source with her so far. Okay,
well, it's all right. We'll take Severin's torch and one of his torches and light that.
Cool. Lovely. Done. All right. Anything from either Askell or Jada?
Is in discussion with others, is it worth trying to send another person across into the room, or just keep it at Nicholas?
I think, look, if we, for instance, if there is a chest that needs opening, possibly Tanya should go and pick it. I would suggest, because she can at least detect traps on it.
Oh yeah,
yep. Might be worth her coming in anyway to see if she can find a catch to disarm the trap.
What trap?
You know, so she.
Yotto.
To disarm the corridor trap, perhaps there might be a catch.
Oh, I see. True. Okay. All right. All right. She'll come back. Can someone else keep an eye out?
Yeah, Askell go and do
that. She will take off her pack and her longbow and her quiver, and she'll keep her short sword on. She'll have her lockpicks, however, with her, and other little trinkets that she might need. And then she will, I guess, she'll ask Nicholas if he could release the rope. She'd like to have the rope tied around her as well.
Done. Yep.
and she would like to retrace Nicholas' steps exactly.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Without the drum rolls, she, following Nicholas' exact steps, she also makes it inside the room.
Cool. In which case, she'd like to do a really thorough check of the surrounds. At the moment, not the items, but the walls, particularly the side of the archway. Is there any symbol above the archway on this side of the room? I guess she's seen some of the mechanisms that work.
She has. She made a really good perception roll to spot that little bridge that came out. Yes, she did.
I guess you'd like to make a really thorough search of this room without moving everything at this point.
Done. Give me a roll, please.
So she rolled a 28 plus 85.
Okay. That is okay. Interesting. Okay. She doesn't find anything.
Okay. Okay. Well, she would help Nicholas assemble stuff if that can be moved, and with the aforementioned technique of dragging.
Yep.
The pack across the room. That the stuff that can be moved. Get that all out of the way before we decide to do anything else. If Nicholas is in agreement.
Okay. Is that yes?
Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry. Yes. I'm thumbs upping at the screen, but you might not have your screen on. Right.
So firstly, Nicholas, you pick up the ring. Cool. Yes. So you mentioned that before. Yep. You can pocket that. Obviously, it doesn't need to go in the pack, or whatever. The 2-foot-high sculpture can be squished into the pack. If that's okay. Probably just, I'd say. I suppose with the patch would stretch. The spectacles can go in, no problem. There is a. I'm sorry.
If they look like they could be damaged, she'd put them. She'd carry those.
There's a small box that they're sitting on top of. This one here.
Okay. Well, she could. Yeah, she'll keep those together, and she'll hold. Well, she'll. I think when she comes back, she'll hold both of those because that could get damaged.
Okay, sure. The other items, small stone box. So it looks like remember I don't have images for everything, but something like that perhaps.
So is that holdable as well?
Yes, she could hold onto that.
Again, that looks like it could be damaged too. Yep. So we don't want that to come.
A slightly larger grey box, which would go in the pack. The single gauntlets can also go in. That looks like that. Yep. The one vial of swirling black liquid, which looks like that.
Clearly can't. Can we manage that between us, Nicholas?
Yeah, Nicholas is happy to carry it in his hand.
Okay. What obviously can't go in the pack is the 5-foot staff of red mahogany wood with a gold band at the gripping end. It looks something like that.
So that's probably, if we included all those things, that's Nicholas and Tanya using both the hands, correct?
Yes, correct. There's also a dagger, which could go in the pack. The leather coat could go in the pack. The covered mirror could go in the pack.
We'd like to make sure it keeps covered.
Sorry, what was that?
Yeah.
You make sure it keeps covered? Okay, sure. Okay. The pair of slippers could go in the pack. Which looks like that. The eye-shaped amulets can go in the pack. It's small. The pack are in someone's pockets. The unstrung longbow, which looks like that. That would obviously have to go in someone's hand. And
is it? Oh, it's unstrung, right? Okay.
It's unstrung. And then the last two smaller items would be a plain silver ring and another dagger. So the plain silver ring looks like that.
That could go in a pocket.
Yeah, sure. So basically, all of the items that just mentioned, you'd have to carry by hand, both the longbow and the staff. But all of the other items could either fit in pockets or into the pack. I'd say at that point you've probably got enough in the pack, and that would be the pack full and kind of pockets full. From there, you've got the ivory tusks, the stack of bronze ingots, a rotting wooden crate, a small oak-bound chest, the 12 daggers in a wooden tray, a medium-sized wooden box, a small chest, a wooden box, 4 large, moderately large stacked objects in thick leather satchels, decaying leather satchels, and then lastly the bronze candlesticks in open crates. All of those items are large and would require at least 2 hands to carry. A small oak-bound chest is still it's kind of this size to carry. But all of the aforementioned, you've either got in your hands, or you've got in the pack, or you've got in your clothes.
So should we get those objects dragged across, bring and then maybe Tanya could start looking at some of the boxes and chests?
Yep.
Okay, you drag that pack back out. Nicholas, do you remain in there? Do you go back with the pack? What do you do?
He'd consult with Tanya, but he'll wait with her actually.
I think Tanya says, look, if there's anything that comes out of one of these, it might be good if you just kept your distance, but I'd feel happy if you were here so someone could see what's going on.
Yeah.
But maybe stand on the other side of the room when I look at this stuff.
That's what he'll do. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
And then I think she'd work her way around Now, in terms of the way these things work, I think she would try and open them from an unusual angle initially.
Sure.
To lock. So, from the side or from the back, open them up so she's not in front of them.
So
just they are locked in the first place.
Sure thing. We're just going to start sequentially. Nicholas, you're putting yourself. I'm assuming, Nicholas, you're putting yourself as far away from the object and referred to as required, and Tanya, you're doing those precautions. Just while I'm checking, I don't want to spoil the narrative, but I also want to make sure that both Askell and Jadar still feel part of the scene. Nothing else that your characters are doing, saying. I'm assuming not, but let me know if you are.
Yeah, I'm probably just saying to Yotto while he's unconscious, oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry about before. Have a nice sleep.
Excellent.
So, everyone from the other end will start packing the stuff away as best he can.
Okay.
He's probably best placed to carry. He's got an enormous amount he can carry. Mm-hmm. I can obviously work that out. But...
Yep. I've got all the weights, etc. in here. The first thing that you come to, I'm just going to go through them sequentially, is a rotting wooden crate. There's no apparent lock on it, but there is kind of a mouldering top on it. Tanya, you get out a dagger, you stand well clear, and you kind of flip the wooden crate up. Inside you see the following.
Oh, bloody hell.
You see 4 golden masks with lifelike, haunting, detailed faces. Ruby eyes, they're not on the screen. Glimmer from the eye sockets, and the foreheads are marked with ornate engravings. The masks lie in a row within sides a silk-lined, rotting silk wooden crate. 4 of them.
Is there anything that he can cover those with?
Who? He? This is
she.
This is Tanya. Yeah. There's the. Oh no, you've the material from the mirror has gone.
Yeah,
back.
I don't want to cover that. I just wondered if there was any other rags or anything, or.
Yes, there are 4. I described 4 quite large objects. They're flat. 4 flat stacked objects in leather satchels or leather cases, I guess. They would be large, I don't know if you can see the GM's hands here, but kind of this big and almost oval. And they're in but they're currently wrapping something. You don't know what the something is. A large flat object. There's nothing else in there that you can see.
What about the? Sorry, you said it was a silk-lined crate. Can the lining not be used as a?
You'd have to disrupt the masks, but yes, you could do that. You could pull off the lining, and cover them.
Or I'll wait for the pack to come back.
Okay.
Empty again, and she'll drag that over, and without looking at the masks, directly.
Yep.
If that makes sense, looking at the corner of their eye, she'll just slip those in.
They're heavy. They're 8 pounds each. Very heavy.
Okay.
And
then they'll be dragged.
It can be, but that's nearly 40 pounds worth in the pack. I'm not sure how much the pack can take, but probably that might be enough for one pack load.
Okay, well, we'll do that and then send that across.
Yep, sure. Cool. The next item she comes to is a smaller, smaller a smaller chest made of oak with bound wood. Again, it's not in great shape. There's no apparent lock on it.
Same precautions.
Cool. Stands to one side, flips it up, and inside she sees 6 of these. Chalices carved from transparent quartz with etched swirling designs on the stems. Their bases and rims are slightly chipped, and they sit nestled in an old padded chest lined with velvet.
The chest is quite big, though, right?
Yeah, reasonable. Yeah, quite a large. Not easily carryable by one person.
Indicate when Severin's unloaded the masks at the other end, whether he could volunteer a shirt or some clothes that these could be wrapped up into.
Okay.
And send that back, and then wrap them up.
Okay. So you'd bump these crystal chalices across the floor to get them out.
Oh, the crystal. I thought you said sorry. I thought you meant quartz. That doesn't make sense. No.
Okay.
Okay. Stand those up at the moment near the door and come back to them.
Cool. The next one is 12 daggers on a quite a large silver tray. The daggers look like this, identical. Silver daggers with intricate carvings on both the blades and the hilt. Each dagger has a crest of a coiled serpent on the pommel. They rest in a row on a cloth-lined wooden tray.
I think leave those where they are for the moment, and then keep going. Might carry the tray across.
Okay. Very good. The next one is a medium-sized kind of mouldering wooden box. Again, no sign of any lock or padlock on this.
Same precautions.
She flips them open, and inside she sees 5 of these. Smooth, dark statuettes, quite large, shaped like panthers in a crouching pose, with eyes made from tiny stones that catch the light. They are arrayed in scarlet cloth, obviously mouldering and decaying, lined wooden box. All of this stuff looks quite heavy, by the way, quite sudden.
Yeah.
And when you lifted up the chalices, they had a heft to them. They weren't light.
No.
Same with the masks.
And those panthers, are they quite heavy?
She reaches down and picks them up.
Picks one up.
Yep, picks one up. Yeah, about a pound.
I guess she'll move one of them just to the side of the arch for the moment. If we're going to rest anywhere, I guess that's something that might be worth looking at and attuning. Maybe, I don't know. I think it's probably more if it's wealth, isn't it? Okay, she'll keep going.
Cool. A smaller chest. When I say smaller, it's all relative. Again, you'd need one strong person or a couple of people to carry it. It's quite a large chest. But inside, there are 7 of these.
Wow. Beautiful.
Small, vibrantly green jade dragons with intricate scales and sharp, very lifelike features. Each dragon appears to be mid-roar. They're packed together in a small chest. Large chest filled with soft woven silken straw, mouldering.
Okay, we'll leave those and keep going.
Cool. The next one is a wooden box. This one does have a lock on it.
Okay, I'll come back to that one then.
Okay. 2 last items. There are 4 flat stacked objects in thick leather satchels. You'll need to open. The leather satchels are tied. They have leather ties around one end. Or you could cut the satchels open.
Okay. Yeah, she'll just uncover a little bit and see what's there.
Sure. There are 4, and this is what you see.
Is it a mirror?
Circular mirrors of polished black obsidian set in iron frames and inscribed with strange symbols. Their surfaces reflect dimly with a slight distortion. Each mirror is stored in a thick leather satchel. They're heavy, at least 5 pounds each.
Okay, so they could be carried by one person. Singularly.
Yeah, singularly.
Mm.
And then you've bypassed the wooden box with a lock on it. The last item is an open crate lined with hay, and you can see inside there are 10 bronze candlesticks. They look like this. The description is heavy bronze candlesticks with a flared base of coiled serpents. The metal has a greenish panther, and each is slightly curved. They're stacked in an open crate lined with hay.
Okay, go back.
Only remaining item is the wooden box.
Okay, so she'll get a. So it's locked. It has a lock, but it is locked.
You check it?
I think first of all, we should have a good look for traps, please.
Yeah, sure. Give me a roll.
13. This is masked. I'm sorry.
Yes, of course. Yes. What's your bonus for detect traps?
57.
You can't see anything untoward.
Okay. So again, standing behind if she can.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sees if she can open it.
Cool.
Holds her breath.
There are. Not listed there. Divided by. There are 8 of these. They're very large amulets. I'll show you what they look like. Very large. A lot bigger than that. But the description is amulets with large amber stones encased in bronze frames. Each stone contains what appears to be a preserved insect. The amulets rest in a silk-lined box. They're big, chunky pieces. That's quite small on screen. They're still jewellery around someone's neck, but they'll be really big pieces. I'm going to copy and paste all of those larger objects and the weight of each one into group chat. Can I do it? Will it paste nicely or will it paste not so nicely? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's coming in as an image. Yes, that worked. Yeah, that worked. And the other items that you collected are I've listed them earlier on. Again, though, just because I'm pedantic. Smaller items that you've collected and taken out, or in people's pockets. Hang on, I'll just paste them in as an image as well. Hopefully you can read that too.
So Severin can take quite a bit more weight.
Nicholas would suggest that for purposes of attunement, why don't we take one of the multiples, or one of each of the multiple item things out? So one amber amulet, one statue, one glass.
All right, well, Tanya will go back across with the stuff that we originally were going to hold.
Okay.
Bow
the
and
bow and the stuff.
Yep.
And leave. Huh?
So we haven't opened either of those, the small wooden box bound with iron, or the small stone box, or the small grey box. We haven't opened any of those three either.
The small boxes went in the sack, didn't they?
They did.
Well, true. So they're out, but we haven't looked inside.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, so the Tanya will come back across and then do as suggested. Take a panther, an amulet, and a candlestick.
Okay, Nicholas.
Nicholas will go out last, and he'll take don't think we need a tusk or an ingot. We've got the masks out. He'll take a chalice.
Mm-hmm.
He'll take one of the daggers.
Mm-hmm.
Or do we take the whole? Should we take the whole tray of daggers?
Okay, yeah. So we could put those into another load in the pack if possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so he'll be taking a chalice and a dragon figurine.
Okay, done.
I think, and an ember. Well, yeah. So, yeah, between us, we're not taking out a mirror, an obsidian mirror, or do we want to take one of them?
I guess
pretty
she
heavy.
can come back.
Yeah, they are 5 pounds, so they're a reasonable weight. Not monstrous, but yeah.
Yeah. So get one of each of the things out, but all the daggers.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, should we go back for the mirror?
Yep. That's boss.
Can I carry a mirror?
5 pounds. That's 5 pounds of butter. Yes, you can. Would I ask for a? Would I ask for a maneuver roll? It's just quite a large, heavy object. All the other objects are relatively maneuverable and quite light.
All right, we'll leave it then.
Yeah, I would ask for a maneuver roll for the mirror because it's just large and bulky and awkward to carry.
I'm not sure what we do with it anyway. Really, what are we going to do with those? Unless it transports us out of here.
Right. Cool. So is the plan to take a rest somewhere?
I think so. But realistically, how many of these? If we rested the night, how many of these could be attuned? I guess we'd do the heavy ones, right?
So, I think that Nicholas,
sorry.
So that we know that Jada has got a delving spell, which will tell us if an item has got power or not.
Right.
Or sorry, would tell what did the delving spell do, Jada?
There's a few different ones. So it can say what it's for, what's its purpose, if it's got power, where it came from, if there's a curse, that's handy. Origin of its power, visions of events in its past. That's it.
Well, all of that would be useful. Well,
Yeah.
You need to sleep before you can do any of that, of course.
Yeah. Shall I just go to sleep now? Somewhere.
Well, I think we could all probably do that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
I think we'll
Safe
pack up. We'll pack up as much stuff as we can, so that if we need to move, we can move. And Severin will take the bulk of the weight.
Where are we
resting? Strong as well.
Yeah. And then, so the two bits that really can't be the staff and the bow. I guess you could probably take a second staff if we needed to move, right? Jada? And Tanya could carry a second bow if she needs to put
Sure.
it down. She needs to put it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Or is it strappable to the back, Chris?
No, you'd need to carry it by hand, as Tanya does. You can't strap it on.
Eskel can carry like either the staff or the bow in one hand if needed.
Okay. And then I guess what? Maybe go find somewhere safe.
Yeah. Well, we can't get past the fire art, right?
No. Oh, that's a good point. We'll get past that, won't we?
What was the restriction on his? I think we just went up a level. What was the restriction on who could read the rune? Runes on the wall. Yotto and Nicholas can't try until upper level. Jada can't try for a while.
Jada was told.
Yotto's gone up a level.
Yep.
Awesome.
You learn how many spells and abilities it contains if you wait 24 hours and meditate about your attempt. For 2 hours, you can try again with an extra +10 bonus.
What?
24 hours, jeez. Well, 10...
No, she. Sorry. Was it that? Actually, I can't remember if it was that one or. No, if it was that one, I would have given Jada the chance to do it. I think it was until a week has passed.
Oh, hang on here for a week then.
It hasn't been 24 hours since we tried, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the partial success. So, Jada had figured out what it does, but she couldn't give it another go until a week had passed.
What does it do?
It is a command. The runes is a command to switch the fire off, to turn the fire off, and to turn it on.
So Tanya is not very good at reading runes, but she does have a 10 plus 10% on it. Does anyone else who's got read runes that's tried? Not tried, up so.
Well, did you say? I think Giles said Yotto's just gone up a level, so he couldn't. Well, I've got my notes say that he couldn't. Nicholas and not Yotto couldn't go until they've gone up a level. Nicholas is way off going up a level, but maybe Yotto can have another go.
Eskel's got +26 to reading runes.
Well, we may as well have a go, right? Tanya have a crack as well. Why the hell not?
Yeah, Yotto's +30.
Where was the rune? Where was it?
It was here.
Right,
It was here. It was right here. It was directly.
Right.
It was directly opposite the little compartment that Tanya found to put a bridge, which is not listed on the map, across this gap, and then you heard the weird clanking sounds of machinery around here. The runes. In fact, you can see the runes because I think I put a little sign up there. I did. Look at that. There's the runes right there.
Is Yotto still unconscious?
He is currently.
Not true.
But Jada, you'd prepared some a nice cup of brew for him or something.
For Yotto?
You mixed up some herbs, remember?
Oh, I don't think I did.
Didn't hear it.
No, we didn't do it. We talked about it, and then we just decided Nicholas would jump onto the stones.
So I reckon we should camp this side of the flames. I don't think we should try any read runes until because I think we need to spend time doing read runes because that gives the people who have if Eskel and Tanya are going to give it a go, it's the same as attunement. I think is that right, Chris? They get at least not a minus if they spend more than 4 hours.
So reading runes is as follows. So for attunement or for reading runes, if you attempt to either attune or to read runes in less than an hour, you get -20 to the roll. If you spend either 1 hour or 4 hours, you get +0. If you spend more than 4 hours, you get +5.
Well, since Tanya only needs 4 hours sleep, she might as well study some runes, right?
Sure.
Sorry, was that if we spend more than 1 hour, you get +0?
If you spend, I'll read it again. It is on that magic sheet that I've sent out.
Yeah, I just thought it was.
Yep. So negative 20 for less than an hour. So if you're doing a hasty attempt, if you're spending between 1 hour and 4 hours, you get +0. If you spend more than 4 hours, you get +5.
True.
So Tanya may as well spend 4 hours and 5 minutes studying the runes while the rest of you kip, right?
Yep.
I mean, it's very unlikely, but why not?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep.
And that's it, isn't it? Because like Askell, you're human, right?
Half elf.
Half elf. How much sleep does half elf need? 6 hours?
6 hours.
Well, you may as well spend a couple of hours whiling away the time checking out some runes. Maybe we could swap tips.
Oh yeah, yep. And once he's rested as well, he'll go up a level 2.
Cool.
Okay. Talk me through what happens.
Can I suggest then that Askell reads the runes before he rests?
Mhm.
So where are we going to camp? Like at the corner where the dogs died?
Yeah, it's lovely. Nice spot.
It's lovely. Nice spot.
Picturesque.
Okay. All right. So give me some narration, guys, of what happens, or otherwise I'll narrate it for you.
Well, I think we'll do watches. Well, I mean, obviously Tanya's going to be up for half of it, but I think if the rest of them camp down the end there, they get their 8 hours sleep.
That red blind door is definitely closed, isn't it?
If you tell me it is, it is.
It definitely is. Yes.
Okay.
And any other? Who else is Elven? Anyone? No.
I thought Yotto was half elf as well.
See?
He is.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So he can do the other 2 hours then. So that gives us someone on
He's unconscious.
Oh, we'll wake him up. Are we going to do him a brew or what? I mean,
A brew of what? And will it help him? Is my question. Would be Nicholas's question. Before sleeping, Nicholas would like to do an attunement on the ring.
All right. Yeah, sure.
So we'll spend an hour doing that.
Okay. Okay. Give me a roll, please. This is a +0 to this roll.
Yeah, oopsies. Well, so. Hope it's masked.
It is masked.
9.
9. Yep. What's his achievement?
66.
Okay. It most definitely is masked. Okay. Yeah. From what you can make out, Nicholas, it's just a ring. You don't know.
Okay. He will take that out of his pocket and put it with the rest of the stuff. Then. Cool. Yeah, he's keen to get some sleep.
Okay. Great. So Nicholas beds down, others bed down. Some people swap in terms of doing runes. Who's on first watch, please?
so Tanya will be up for half the night,
Okay.
and then we've got Askell presumably, but I don't know what of Yotto. We don't know what we're going to do about the last 2 hours.
Okay. Cool. So Tanya, you halfway through the night, or halfway through the sleep, you of course got no idea what time of day it is outside, but you feel in need of a sleep. Okay, interesting. Sorry, let me just check something. Okay. Okay, good. And Askell on the second watch, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Ooh. Askell, can you make a perception roll for me, please?
Mm-hmm. $63, and I'm pretty sure it's plus 35. Plus 31.
Interesting. Anything particular about where you're looking or what you're doing when you're on watch, Askell, that I should be aware of? Where you're standing?
I guess it'd just be, looking down that corridor piece to the two doors, and then probably just any of the entranceways, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
cool.
yeah, and I guess believing that the main room we've just come out of, we've got the treasure area, that we weren't aware of any other entries points there, so he'd probably be more interested in the other way.
Cool.
That was the way we came in,
Okay.
as far as
Great.
entry points.
Fantastic. You wake after 8 hours for the humans. Jada, you and Yotto, one other thing. Yotto wakes partway through the evening. Giles isn't with us currently. Is he not? No, he's not. Yotto is awake. He is on... he had a -7 penalty, and he's got another 5 on top of that from his injury that he took, so he's on -12. Whoops, -12. And he's feeling a bit wobbly on 3 hits, but he's now awake and able to function. Just take off some of his other things. There we go. Yeah, he's definitely feeling a bit on the wobbly side, but yeah, he is now awake and able to function. And the rest of you sleep. I wouldn't, definitely not well. You roll out your bed rolls. Bed rolls, just as a caveat, bed rolls are going to matter in a later part of our game in terms of rest, etc. They're not now, but I'll talk about that later on. But you throw down your bed rolls, you collapse, exhausted, terrified, etc. You wake the next morning, you have some more of your meager rations. Pretty sick of eating trail rations, dried meats, probably some hard cheese, perhaps some dried bread. Wash it down with your water, which is presumably running pretty bloody low by now. I'd say it's pretty much gone or close to gone. And you wake. Congratulations to you, Jadar, for going up a level. The same for you, Askell. Oh, here's actually the level up. And for Yotto.
Nice.
You guys,
Has Yotto gone up a more significant level than the others?
No, that should have actually been 3 of. Three rolls each. All 3 of your characters wake feeling remarkably more perceptive, more wise, more intelligent, better at using your weapons. Incredible. What do you do?
Wow. So Tenya obviously spent 4 hours and 10 minutes looking at those runes.
Yes.
Did you have a lucky roll?
Yeah, sure. So she knows what they do. Give me... Now, I'm not going to make this masked because you guys know what it is. So normally one of these rolls would be masked, but you now know what this does. Give me a roll and make it a good one.
You would have to be.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't. 31 plus 10.
31 plus 10 plus 5. The one thing I didn't do with this was determine that. I'm going to give that a minus... Yeah, that's fair. Minus 20. Okay. Yeah. You've got no further idea how to use them. Once you've gone up a level, she could try again.
Next. Anyone else want to go?
Yeah, I'll have a go.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. Okay.
Give me a roll.
Yep. Coming up. Here we go. Am I in the right place? Main game. Oh. Do that right. 10.
10.
Plus. Where's my runes? My runes. Reading runes. Plus 28.
Plus 20. Actually, yours would have been a little bit higher than it was, but it still would have got the same result. Sorry, Graham. So 10 plus 28 plus 20, if you know what the spell and ability is, that cancels out the negative that it was before. You don't get the bonus. You haven't looked at this for 4 hours, Jadar, so you do get the penalty. I am assuming. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Haven't.
Yep. Negative
Been
20.
asleep.
You've been asleep. Correct. The same result, I'm afraid.
Damn.
You know, you've figured out what it is, but you just can't get your mind around it. It's just hard. It's really, really, really difficult to do.
Anyone else?
Ouch.
Do you want to crack? Haskell?
Haskell doesn't have attunement.
No, reading runes.
Oh, reading runes, sorry. Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Give me a roll.
65.
65. What's this?
It was 26, I think. Oh,
26.
26.
You
spent some time looking at those too, didn't you?
Yeah, sorry, 29.
29 plus another 5 plus 5. You get the bonus because you spent, call it 4 hours swapping in between Tanya, etc. Minus that. 101 is your total. So near success. So Haskell, you nearly had it. Like, it nearly clicked into place. You learnt how many spells and abilities it contains. So absolutely, Jadar is right. You do figure out that these incantations, you can see them up on the wall, these incantations are responsible for both starting and stopping at will this blazing wall of flame under the archway around the corner. So Jadar's right on that. If you wait 24 hours and meditate about your attempt for another 2 hours on top of that, no other activity, you may try again with an extra plus 10 bonus. And I'm not sure about this, but I'm going to say, or you can try now at plus 0, because it was a near success. So your call. You can either wait another 24 hours and give it a go with a plus 10 bonus, or you could give it another go now.
We don't have another 24 hours.
Yeah, I'll just have another go now.
Okay, give me a roll.
Good luck.
46.
46 plus 29
29.
plus 5 because you had prepared for 4. I think that was it. That cancels that, and that cancel each other out. because you know what it is, but you are not the same realm as this item. So that cancels out. That is a partial success. Yeah, you can't make another attempt until a week has passed.
Nicholas?
Nicholas couldn't until he went up a level. And he hasn't done that. He went up a level before, the night before.
Yotto,
Right.
you're now awake, by the way.
Yotto! Can you give it a go, please?
So sorry. It's a busy night.
Oh,
what
sorry,
are you
yeah.
looking for the.
So, you remember the wall of fire?
Yep.
So that we found some runes that we know turn off the wall of fire. We've all had a crack, and we've all failed. So it's up to you. Save the day.
Pressure then. There's a chance I'll fail and it'll kill me.
Just as a heads up, Yotto's on not that you know this, Giles. Yotto's on 3 hits. He would have negative 30 to this roll.
Oh no!
Hey Jada, you've got some healing. Right?
Yeah. Let's heal him.
Okay, what do you do?
Check I get the right one. Probably 3 hits he needs, eh? And quickly.
Got to get rid of the minus 30.
So
So I'm on 3 hits, Chris.
Correct.
On 3
I'm
hits.
minus
and that-
97 from my maximum.
But I think he's going to need a lot more than that to overcome that minus 30, I suspect.
So the regen.
Regen or healing 5.
Regen, done. Give me a roll, please.
Wait, or healing 5. As healing 1, except heals 5 to 50 hits, and the other one is reduces hit damage by 1 hit every round, which is 10 seconds. As long as I concentrate.
I don't think he's taking any hits at the moment, is he?
So healing 5? Which one is better? Which one is better when you have a negative? I don't know what that negative 12 means.
So we were having a chat, Jada, about some guidance, and you'd appreciate guidance. And I generally try to discourage people from guiding people, but you'd asked for guidance, so feel free to.
Yeah, I know what. I know what the 3 hit points means. I know he's got 3 left, but the negative 12, I'm not sure how you heal that. If out of those 2 spells.
So
what's negative 12?
He's on negative 7 from the previous injury, and then he's suffered negative 5 from the injury that he's just taken from the blades. So he's on negative 12. You're correct.
Oh yeah, right.
Do you have to do some diagnostics to find out how to heal him?
I don't think it tells you which spell to use. I did diagnostics on him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Yes.
it just said he wasn't bleeding. He's just needed a sleep, and he'll heal on his own. So I just need to speed it up. But what is that negative 12? What is that?
Yep. So you could try with either with penalties, if you may recall, there is not, from memory, there's not a spell list that gets rid of penalties. There might be, I can't remember it.
Oh, right.
But you can with either first aid or second aid. But it's his hits that are causing him the negative 30, definitely. So he does have
Negative
negative.
30 now.
Yep. So
Yeah.
so
Three.
he's actually sorry. I wasn't clear. I really wasn't clear. He's currently on negative 12 because of his injuries. But in addition to the fact that he is on 3 hits, he gets negative 30. So actually, accurately put, he's on negative 42. Is a better way of describing.
Negative 42 hits. So I have to do healing 5 because that gives me a chance of healing all at once.
Yep. Pete.
Yeah.
John, my opinion would be that you use regeneration because we're not under any time pressure per se. We're out of rounds. We're not in combat. He doesn't need instant hits. One hit per round. One hit per round is
a few minutes.
It's a few minutes. But okay. I think we've got the time to spend on that. So my personal, I think you should use regeneration because we've got the time. It's 1 4th level spell, and he will just pop right up to full hits. That's my opinion.
As long as I concentrate for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
And the other one we don't like to use because I could roll badly, eh? That's it. I could just roll and only heal 5 hits, and that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good point, because it's 5 to 50. You can roll. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll roll for that. 54 for regeneration, holding on to him
Yeah.
and concentrating
Give me a roll.
for a few minutes. 46. Sorry, 50. Oh, wait. 54.
Spell goes off. Yotto, you are at -12 to all actions. That would include your runes, etc., and any other attempts. But you're now on full hits. You're on 100 hits.
And awake. Thank you very
And
much.
awake. Yes. Oh,
So
no,
that was-
you were awake during the night, but yes.
And of
So
course,
how many
Yotto
hits-
doesn't know he nearly got pushed onto the other steps again, so he'd give Jada a little hug.
There you go.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. So how many hits did I heal, just so I can put that into the sheet later?
97.
Yep, 97. Actually, and I should have, by the way,
47.
guys, just as a heads up, sometimes I forget this, so just encourage people's reminder and honesty. Tanya, you would have actually had a -15 to that roll for any rolls actually, because you are still sporting a very painful broken wrist. So that's mental rolls that would have been
Hasn't that been over 24 hours now?
No, because it happened the evening, the previous night. You've slept, but it's the morning of the next day. So you have to play out the end of this day into the evening of the day that you're in to hit 24 hours. Unless I'm mistaken, tell me otherwise.
No, I thought I was.
Because you
That was
can't.
due to the dog injury, right?
Correct. Oh, was it the dog? Yes, correct.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, good.
Yep.
Yeah, same
So
with
we
Eskel
went-
as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. We went from dog injuries, we went and we did a little bit of resting, but then we went and checked out the doors, and the snakes came straight after that. And
Correct.
then,
Correct. So yes, it'll be the
Oh, you
sea. The sea. No, it wasn't. It was the No, it wasn't the dog injury. It was falling and breaking your wrist on the rubble,
That's true.
That's it.
That's true.
Yeah.
which has now healed.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
actually,
she did
Because the dog injury was an instantaneous spell that Jada did, wasn't it? That's
Yep.
right.
so the -15 has healed because that has been 24 hours for the rubble injury. Eskel, your -23 has gone down a little bit from rubble, I think. I'm going to put you down to -15. And
So
Yotto,
Eskel's was, sorry, I was reading it, hit by the arrow, which was -3,
yeah,
and then he got slashed forearm tendon. That was his -25, but it was slowly dropping.
okay,
Yeah. So he was at
cool. I'll put him back at 23. Done.
23. Yeah.
Yep, cool, great. So Yotto, you are now at -12. 7 from, and it would have actually, the 7 would have gone down a smidge, so you're now on, I'll call it 11, -11, from an earlier injury, and I forget what the earlier injury was, but also 5 from -5 from the blade attack, but you are on full hits. So my plea to everybody was going to be, when you are making a roll, any roll, and you have a negative on you, sometimes I forget. So, for example, Eskel, you should have actually rolled it at -23 because you're still in pain and discomfort from the injury that you're carrying. Same for spellcasting as well. So that does apply to everything.
Chris, can you remember what the -4 was for?
Yep. So as described, 5 of that was from the blades. The previous one, I'm sorry, too
Big
many.
rubble.
Maybe. Don't know. If you can't remember, we just go with.
And can I just double check, Chris? This is when we need to do the reminding when we're, strangely enough, when we're out of combat, because that's when you're not using your little assisting program to.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
So I have. You can see on screen. There are the penalties, and that automatically comes up for any actions, right? So involving combat, as it says at the top, Rolemaster Combat Minion. So if you are fighting somebody with a weapon, those penalties will automatically come in. -11 for Yotto, -23 for Eskel. Those will automatically happen. They don't happen, those penalties, unless I remember and you remember They don't happen for out of combat activity, so typically picking a lock or trying to attune an item, or in this case, trying to read runes. And the rationale around this is you might have just damaged your ankle. Why do I get the penalty? You're still in pain and discomfort, and you're just a bit discombobulated.
My apologies for a crappy night. Have we tried to attune all the various bits and pieces there? Where are they?
If you'd like to answer that.
We've got most of that. We've got all the light ones in various packs with us. When there was the heavy ones, the majority of the heavy ones are still in the treasure room. We've taken one of each of the sort of more bulky ones or multiple items to take out to have a go at tuning, or at least sensing that they've got power or whatever.
And why are we bailing from a safe place covered in dust that no one's been into for a gazillion years?
Good question. I suppose the safe place is the one that's got the traps entering into it, but
so the light. Sorry, Pete. The light items that they took out, just so Yotto's aware, because he would have been informed, was the silver ring with this motif on it. That looks like
the
that.
water ring. Yep.
Yeah.
Woman,
Yeah, get in there. I'm just helping your character understand. The strange eye sculpture, the spectacles in the brass case, a small wooden box bound with iron, a small stone box, a small grey box. All three of those are unopened. A single gauntlet, the vial of black swirling liquid, the staff, one dagger, two daggers, a leather coat, a covered mirror, a pair of slippers, an eye-shaped amulet, unstrung longbow, plain silver ring, dagger. And then there were larger items, these ivory tusks, etc., etc.
Okay, so I think Yotto would want to know why we're busy bailing, why we're not hanging out where we're safe, because there's a wall of fire. And
What do you mean?
What's the hurry to leave?
Food, water. So,
because we're running out of food and water, and also I think
I'd say at the end of this day, you are definitely out of water. By the way, you'd have food for another two days. Oh no, up to you to tell me how much food you've got, but you definitely would use all your water.
Can anyone cast float? No. Okay.
Only on myself, I think.
No, I've only got.
Don't the warrior mages have it on high riding?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, two. Sorry, yes, float. Yep.
Right, because that would give us. And how long does that last?
10 minutes per level, so hour 20 for me.
So potentially, if there's something heavy in there that's really valuable that we think we might be able to get to the horses, there's a chance that we could float it out of here, maybe.
So has Jada used that delving spell she has to see if there's anything that's valuable?
No, at the moment we're just worrying about how to get back through the flame. Should we? We've got one more roll, Yotto, potentially for you to decipher the runes. Otherwise, we're pretty much buggered.
Okay, I'll give this a go now.
Okay.
So I've got a read runes skill, Chris.
Excellent. Give me a roll, please. The one question that Yotto you'd have to determine is how long you prepare for before you do this. You've woken up partway through. He's a half elf, so he needs 6 hours rest. He would have had some of that, or he would have had all of that because he's gone up a level. For less,
Chris is a grey elf.
Is a grey elf. Oh, okay. So only 4 hours then.
Yep.
Negative 20 for 1 hour for reading runes. He gets negative 20 for that if he spends 1 hour doing it. He gets plus 0 if he deciphers between 1 hour and 4 hours, and he gets plus 5 for more than 4 hours.
I rolled 19 and he's at minus 12, so it makes no difference.
Okay.
Bugger it. So we're out of options, aren't we, really?
19.
Let's go there.
What's his skill, please?
32.
Cool. Yep. No, he's got no idea. till he goes. So
I'm going to positively reframe this so we can go back and have a go at tuning some of the big bulky things or delving them.
So hang on,
Yeah.
let's get this play straight. It was a roll of 19 plus how much?
It's 19 plus 32, but it's actually only 7 because he's at minus 12, right?
Minus 7. Yep. And does he? How long does he?
7
take,
plus 32 is 39.
No. Yeah. How long does he spend? Trying to decipher these runes. Less than an hour. Between 1 hour and 4 hours, or more than 4 hours.
Yeah, 1 hour and 1 minute.
1 hour and 1 minute. Okay, so 39 is the final result. I think. Yeah. So yes, once you've gone up a level, Yotto, you can try again. The only one that didn't have that was Actual, which was a few. I think. Am I right? No, you rolled the partial success, so you've got to wait 1 week.
I think Yotto would be keen to go back and have a punt at tuning to the ring if nobody else wants to. Has anyone done any attunement to anything?
Nicholas tried attuning to the ring, but wasn't successful. So
I think Yotto wants to have a punt at that too.
Okay. Give me a roll, please. This is must. What's the roll? You're on mute, Giles. Giles, you're on mute.
Right, yeah, sorry.
What was the roll, please?
57.
57, thank you.
52, and his skill is 57.
Ah, cool. 52. Oh, interesting. Okay. And how long are you waiting for checking this ring?
Well, he'll do it for as long as he possibly can, really. He wants to maximise the chances of this.
So if you spend more than 4 hours doing it, you get a +5 bonus. Do you spend more than 4 hours doing it?
Good to me, yep, definitely.
Hang on. Do we want to do that, everyone? We're going to wait around for another
whole
How else
half
we
a
getting
day.
out of here?
Yeah, I mean, is it worth it for a +5? That's something saying on one item, or should we just get going? I mean, take a risk on not having that. That's a long time to hang around when we're. I mean, are we definitely out of water, Chris?
You will be at the end of today, because you did pick up some other soldiers' packs. But yes, at the end of today, you're gone with water. You've still got a relative amount of food, because you picked up more food from other people that you found dead.
Input? Anyone?
Yeah, I reckon we should move on.
So by move on, we mean leave?
Well, what I'm saying is, yeah. I mean, because what we've got to do, I think we have a sort of plan. For once we came out of here, we want to try and fly, right?
Right.
Yep.
So I have to make sure we have enough power points for that. And we probably don't want to be walking through that valley in darkness, do we? I mean,
Hey, all of us carry that Ukur herb that gives us 1 day's nutrition. Is that food and water, or is that just food?
That's right.
Just food.
Oh, damn.
So you're okay. You're okay. You'd have to. It's up to you guys to tell me in terms of food left. But you did pick up some additional rations. I am making a call that you would be drinking water relatively regularly in these reasonably dry, moderately hot surroundings. And yeah, you're out of water at the end of today. You've got a little bit less.
Just we do to get out of here.
Yeah. You did. I do need to roll. So I've got a result for Yotto on that roll. I do need to know whether or not you spend 4 hours, or whether you spend less than an hour, or whether you spend just slightly over an hour.
How about we wait an hour and then go
Okay.
Sure.
on whatever it is we're rolling right now?
Okay, fine.
That could be more than one roll if other people wanted to do other things. Yotto, you find this information out coming into your channel right now, or in a second. It will be once the GM does this. There we go. Coming.
Okay, so he's going to tell everyone that after an hour, what he's learned is that this ring is very powerful. It's the key to opening something close, certainly within this complex. Like
So
maybe another way out.
Hopefully. We've seen a couple of things with these water carriers. Askell, you noticed a few, didn't you?
In what way?
I thought you said you'd seen, you'd referenced water carriers we'd seen, or maybe it was Nicholas.
No, Giles
Yeah,
did.
no, there's a water carriers. There's the statue. It's in one of the frescoes. I mean, I think this is a symbol of the World of Duyranaki. I think at this point, Yotto would suggest the best thing we could do is sit down, rest, attune, and see if we can find another way out. Much as the other two got out in the room in the far corner, that would seem to make sense to me.
Oh, definitely we should try, yeah. But now we've got two places to look. Well, that's good,
I don't
yeah.
know how it works if you attune again, Chris. I'm not quite sure how this works, but
The ring, on the ring,
yeah.
You would feel you've got as much information as you can out of it, Yotto.
Okay.
You think the messages definitely act as a trigger, as a key, as something. It's somewhere relatively close, definitely within this complex. The ring itself doesn't have an intrinsic power in it that you would do something or blast. Yeah, it's a key, so you've got to find the lock.
So that's what we should do. Let's look for the lock.
Did he put it on whilst attuning?
He didn't say so. I'm assuming he just looked at it. You've got to handle it, of course. Okay, you put it on.
I might put it on a finger.
It's quite it's quite a large ring, so it would have to fit on one of your larger fingers. Okay, you put it on. Nothing happens.
Cool. Let's look.
Well, we've had that time spent attuning that one item. If anybody else is able to attune, we might choose to attune some other items, particularly the heavier ones that we've got to make a call about whether we're taking with us or not.
Indeed.
Good idea. And while someone's
Like
attuning,
amulet,
I might
for instance.
read those spell lists that I'm carrying around. Askell, you've got a spell list called Rune Mastery.
Just as a reminder as well, you're also carrying 3 items on you that you haven't looked inside, as a heads up.
Yes.
True. Why doesn't Tanya look and
Tanya will spend the time examining those, taking them away from rest of people, again, taking the identical precautions as before.
Cool.
And detecting traps.
Sure thing. So, firstly, and I hope that's not too much of a guidance from the GM, but you would have been aware that you haven't checked. So, a small wooden bound box bound with iron, a small stone box, and a small grey box. So, something like, in terms of something like that, perhaps, and that perhaps. Which are you starting with first?
That one. Oh, that one.
That one. That one. What's that? It's
a stone one.
No, the line is from Little Britain.
Oh, Little Britain.
Yeah.
Hasn't aged well.
No, not so much. Small stone box, sure. That's it. There's no lid on it. Something rattles inside it.
Okay, well, she'll again take precautions, lift up the lid away from, so that she's opening it away from her.
Cool.
Ooh.
16 brightly coloured gems are inside. That's more than 16 there, but that's pretty much what you see.
So she knows that Severin has got a special pouch. It's not a euphemism. And because they look particularly valuable, she maybe suggests that he puts them in his special pouch.
Goodness.
It's a sort of thief-proof thing.
Okay. Does Severin
pick-proof pouch?
Okay, cool.
Severin's happy to put them in there.
Cool.
Keep them safe so we can cash them in.
Sure.
And then she'll turn to the next box.
A small wooden box bound with iron, or a small grey box, another small grey stone box. Your choice.
Grey stone box, please. Same
Right.
precautions.
Sure. This one does have a catch on it. It's not a lock, but a catch.
So she uses her dagger again from the side and from behind, and lifts it from whatever distance she's able to do, and then steps back.
Sure. Inside it, it's this.
Ooh.
An 8-inch long totem on a leather cord. It would be reasonably noticeable under it's worn around the neck, but it would be quite noticeable and quite bulky under someone's clothes. You would probably be aware of carrying it, but it would go around your neck. It's on a leather cord.
She'll show the party and put it with the rest of the booty.
Okay.
And then the last box, same precautions.
This one also rattles, and inside are a collection of gold, silver, and bronze coins. To be precise, 200 if someone's count them in due course, 225 gold, 32 silver pieces, and 18 bronze pieces.
Lovely. Put that in a pouch.
What sort of coins are they?
Strange octagonal coins. You've never seen them before.
Nice.
And with faces on them and symbols on them that you don't recognize. So I'm going to open those. These are the smaller items that you have with you, and again I'm going to put those. I'll definitely put them into the elsewhere, but just kind of for a working list. You can see that coming into chat.
Thanks.
Hopefully you can read that. Yep, you can.
So,
oh, hang on. Damn it. Sorry. GM mistake. I didn't go to the top. Excuse me. Ignore that one. I gave you more stuff. What a generous GM I am. We'll delete that. And we'll give you this instead. Bang.
So, from what we've got then, that's heavy.
In that 1 hour time, Nicholas can do another attunement.
Yeah, what do you reckon? Amulets?
So the amulets, the large amber stones one, I'm tempted to do the crystal chalices because they'll have water.
Yeah.
They'll generate water, won't they?
True. Yeah. Also, they're quite fragile too, right?
So they're annoying to carry. I don't know. Yeah, Nicholas have a go on one of the crystal chalices, unless anyone has got a better idea of which one to try.
They're heavy.
No, I think
they weigh 3 pounds each.
Yeah, cool. He'll have a go on that one of them, please.
Yeah, sure. Give me a roll.
Spending an hour to do it. I rolled 43.
43. Yep. And what's his skill? Achievement?
Plus 66.
He's quite good. Yeah, no idea until you get some more experience under your belt, Nicholas. I shouldn't really say. Yeah, I'll just say no idea. Yep. What else?
Has anyone else got an attunement?
I'll give it a go.
Do you want to try the same thing?
Yep.
What do you think,
Yeah.
Pete? Or do you think they're not? Think they're not?
Well, Jada could always do.
What else is
Yeah.
there?
Well, you've got your thing.
I think.
Delving. Spell list.
Oh, my delving. Yes, let's do that.
Well.
Right. Which one looks most magic-y? The ring?
Well, we're just. So what we're ascertaining is some of the stuff's really heavy, right? So we can't take everything.
Mm.
So we're trying to decide what to take. So it would be logical to for this at this juncture to attune the heavy stuff, so we can make a call on whether to take it or not.
So just a
You
level.
delve in,
There's a
Graham. We
level.
want data to delve the heavy stuff to see how magical and powerful it is.
Yeah.
And if it looks
That's what I
magical
mean,
and powerful, then we want to attune to it.
Do we want to know if it's got power or just its purpose?
Purpose.
Or
Because purpose is just a level 1. And then surely that will just tell us everything it does. Whereas power, it could be bad power, like that demon that took over Jada for a long time.
What's the spell description?
So the level 1 is item field. Caster receives basic idea of item's purpose, if any. So that would tell us what it does, even if it's magic, I assume. Level 2 is detect power. Detects power in an object, but not what realm or how much. And I can concentrate on a different object each round.
Oh yeah, that'll be handy. So what about
1 minute per level. Does that mean I can do a whole lot of things
yeah?
for 9 minutes? Oh, why don't I do that?
Look, I think the golden masks look really precious, right? I think we'd want to try and they're heavy, they're £8 each, but they out of anything they kind of reek of value.
Mm.
Does everyone agree?
Yeah.
The bronze ingots probably not so much.
Yep.
Yeah.
I reckon that detect power one's a great one if you can do them.
Yeah. So 9 minutes, 1 minute per level, 9 minutes, different objects.
Yeah, okay.
Just
Yeah,
line them
brilliant.
up.
Oh, fine. Well, do that then. Yeah.
How does that work,
Bounce
Chris,
them,
with
boing,
the
boing,
dice
boing.
roll?
I was incorrect, by the way, Graham. If you check the description, I think I put the weights, etc. in. Did I put the full description of the heavier items?
Yep.
Yes. So the weight of the mask are £2 each. The bronze ingots are £8 each. The ivory tusks are £15 each. The bronze ingots are £8. Golden masks are £2. Crystal chalices are 3. Silver daggers are 1 each. Ebony statues are 4. Jade dragon figures are 1. The amulets are £0.5 each. The obsidian mirrors are £5 each, and then lastly the bronze pendle sticks are £2 each. They should be in that list that I sent through.
So they don't quite correspond.
The weight is down the bottom, I think.
Oh, I see. So it applies to the right. Got you. Okay. Yeah, it applies to the. Yeah, got you. Got you.
Weight's
Okay.
at the bottom. Description and then weight.
Right.
Yep.
So we'll line up the golden masks.
What about those glasses?
Yeah.
We've got nine things to choose. What
Crystal
looks
chalice,
magic-y?
golden mask, crystal chalices, ebony statues, silver daggers, jade figurines, 8 amulets. Yeah, candlesticks. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Not 9 items.
Glasses?
It-
Yes, 9 items.
No,
One
because you
per,
can concentrate
one
on a
per
different.
round.
Oh. For 9 minutes.
A different object each round, and there's 9. Oh, right.
Right. So everything,
9
please.
minutes.
Can you do
4
everything?
items. Yeah.
Right. Every 10
You
seconds.
can do 54 items, actually. One per
Yeah.
round,
Well,
that's
that's-
54.
That's all of them.
Yeah. Can you do the lot then?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Correct.
So, Howard, you're all good, Chris?
Sure.
Okay.
Give me a roll. You fail on a 1 or a 2 with, with
Oh, come
preparation.
on. It's going to be 100. Come on, 100. 31.
31.
Plus. Oh, no. Yeah, sorry.
31. That spell does go off. What is the description of the spell, please?
The spell detects power in an object, but not what realm or how much. I may concentrate on a different object each round, and it will last for 1 minute per level, so 9 minutes.
Okay, cool. So, we've ascertained that that is enough power to check each one.
Yeah,
the
I have to touch each one.
the only items that I'm aware of is you haven't moved any of the obsidian mirrors out.
No, do that.
Nor have you moved any of the 8 pound bronze ingots out.
No.
Or ivory.
Or ivory. Each one of those, I would ask for a maneuver check. 8 pounds is not a massive amount to carry, but it's enough to possibly put your footing wrong. The maneuver check would be a hard maneuver. I'd decide what it is on each item. But often just awkward, a bit heavy to carry, you're slightly off balance. The chance of you making a maneuver, a failed maneuver, is extremely low, but there is a chance.
What about would it be worth us going and looking at the mirror? I mean, we can't take the mirrors with us. It's just whether, I don't know. It's tempting to think of them as some sort of portal, isn't it?
I agree. I think it's absolutely worth doing. I think you're bang on the money, bro.
Yeah. So, but maybe don't bother carrying one out. Go to the mountain. It maybe is a separate exercise. What do you think?
Could be a way out, perhaps.
That's what I mean. But I mean, as a separate exercise, look at the mirrors rather than trying to lug one out.
Yeah, so cast a spell on the stuff and do the stuff outside, and then go and cast it again in the treasure room and touch the mirrors.
Yes, and yes, exactly.
Yep.
Is that what happens? I have got a roll, and I'm ready to describe things for the items outside, except for the mirrors, the large obsidian mirrors, the tusks, and the ingots. Is that right?
Yeah, we'll think of those separately.
Cool. So Jedi, you cast the spell successfully. Spell goes off, and you spend 10 seconds touching each item, trying to get a sense of it. The spell was successful. I would say for extraordinarily devious items, and there are devious items in this world and in this game, they might require a particularly high roll. So in other words, cursed or unpleasant items may try to hide their power, is how I'd read it, just as a heads up. But just generally, you can detect the power in an item if an item is magical in nature, is my understanding. Is that from the spell? Is that right?
Sounds good. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, detect curse is a separate spell, so yep.
Sure thing. So the bronze candlesticks, nothing from what you can determine. The amulets with the insects inside, also nothing. The jade figurines, they're quite beautiful. They really are. These are of the dragons. Quite beautiful to handle. And you thought for a second maybe there was something there, but just spending a little bit more time on them, Jada, you're convinced that these are not magical. The statues of the panthers are the same. The silver daggers, there are 12 of these. These were outlaid on the tray that was described. They're also not magical. The crystal chalices, the same. These relatively heavy gold-coloured masks that you can see, quite beautiful, also not magical. The dagger, one of the first dagger, or the first dagger you pick up, is magical. That is an enchanted item. The plain silver ring is an enchanted item. The unstrung longbow is an enchanted item. The amulet is an enchanted item. The mirror, the covered mirror that you've been very careful to keep covered with kind of the rotting material, is a magical item. The leather coat is magical. The other dagger, the second dagger, is magical. The staff, the 5-foot long staff of red mahogany with gold bands at either end, is also magical. The vial of black swirling liquid, it's quite strange to look at. It's it's this, but the liquid inside it is just constantly moving. It almost looks as though it's almost alive, perhaps. That is magical. The gauntlet is enchanted. The totem, the strange totem that Tanya just recently looked at, is enchanted. This item is not.
That.
Yep. The spectacles are enchanted. And the silver ring, which Yotto has already looked at, is most definitely enchanted.
Right. So I think it'd still be worth taking the the jade figurines, Chris. That we were just carrying one of those, weren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
You've taken one each of that, not that,
yeah,
and not that.
All right. I think I'm pretty keen to take the masks, even though they're not magical, because they look valuable.
Mm.
In terms of proportionate to their weight. So, Jada, would you mind crossing the tiles and looking at the mirrors?
Yep. I think I remember where to go.
Do you want to make a memory check?
A reminder.
I'm not going to make you make a memory check. Do you go by yourself, Jada?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Tanya will go back and show her, where they are.
Okay. You go back in, okay. Jada, you do follow the same course, no requirements for a maneuver roll. You put your hand on the item, you cast the same spell unless you're telling me otherwise. Please, if I'm jumping to conclusions, tell me not to. Yep, okay. Give me
roll again.
Yes, please. Give me a roll.
61.
Spell is successful. Checking the three types of items, these bronze ingots are not enchanted, nor are these, and nor is the ivory.
Okay. Oh, what about the slippers, Chris?
Oh, the slippers. Did I not mention them?
No.
I didn't mention the slippers. The slippers.
And the glasses?
The glasses are definitely enchanted. And the where? Oh, there's the slippers. Yeah, I did miss them. Actually, I missed a couple of things. The eye-shaped amulet is enchanted. The slippers are definitely enchanted.
Awesome.
So there's an amulet and a eye-shaped amulet.
No, the eye-shaped amulet is the amulet. Oh, well, there's the ones. There's the ones with the insects and amber.
Flying amber
Yep.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep. What do you do?
Well, I guess maybe.
What was in those boxes? Sorry, just checking. What was in those boxes? There was one with gems, one with a totem, and one with
money.
Yeah.
Sorry, got it. Sorry to interrupt.
So I wonder if we can maybe go through all that loot between now and the next game and figure out what we can carry and what we can't. Would that be acceptable, Chris?
Yeah, sure.
And figure out what non-magical things we might try and lug. I suppose the question is, we could float some items once we were ready to go in their boxes to help us see if we.
Now that we know which ones are magic, do we want to do a couple of item feel ones just to see what the purpose is of them? Because you know how some of them might just be a horrible demon in a bottle.
Yep,
it's a really good idea.
Yeah, which ones do you want to?
We've narrowed it down.
Well, I think. What about the kind of? I think
the vial of black liquid. Oh, what about the big things? So we don't have to carry them if they're bad. Oh, they're
well,
all
we know
The
mirror. The mirror, maybe.
Maybe the mirror, the amulet, and the ring or something like that. Or how many can you do?
The eye amulet. Well, it's only a level 1, so we can do a few.
You can do everything, can't you?
How long?
It's just one object at a time. So. Yeah. I have to just keep rolling.
I tell you what, look, we've got
spectacles.
Oh
well,
yeah.
Just a thought, right? We have no means of getting through that fire at the moment, other than what we did last time. So while it'll be nice to know what these items are, we might be leaning quite heavily on Jada's PowerPoints if we can't figure out a better way. So maybe we're better not to use any more PowerPoints until we're in a. I mean, unless anyone's got a better idea of how to get through.
How big are the crates in the etc.?
That's true.
Because you could probably use the crate chest to block it if there's nothing important, like even the mirrors. Were they big mirrors or?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
How big were the mirrors? Are they?
They would stand. Call it 4 foot. Quite chunky, quite large. 3.5 foot. Yep.
Yeah,
like oval mirrors. That's. Yeah, they're not little hand mirrors. They're things that you would stick up on a wall. Call it 3.5 foot from the top. The top to the bottom.
Oh yeah. And quite heavy.
Yeah, heavy. Yeah. What did I say they were? They're in that. I'll put all the goodies in a spreadsheet you guys can look at. They're 5 pounds each. I mean, they're not ludicrously heavy, but they'll weigh a bit.
So they are wooden backed or metal backed mirrors, like just glass mirrors with metal wooden backings,
No, they're obsidian. So they're made from stone. Polished black obsidian set in iron frames inscribed with strange symbols. Their surfaces reflect dimly with a strange distortion. Each mirror is stored in a thick leather satchel.
Well, you could push that over the flame, I suppose.
That's what I was thinking.
Hey, we've got magical glasses and a key. Why don't we see if we can tune the magical and the lock to the key?
Yeah. I still wonder if the lock's going to be somewhere near that water pouring statue. That's what the statue in that shrine temple room was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, next to the library.
Or it might be the room with the wall that was busted in. I think we're not. Where we are has a room that abuts it.
Yeah, there she is.
But one of the walls abuts that room, right? The wall
Oh, no, we're...
caved in.
Oh, that...
Maybe not
No,
quite.
because the
Okay,
caved in
no,
one,
but-
yeah. Nicholas's plan, and one thing to try, would be at the end of this, near the flame arch, he's wondering, so if we're looking down that corridor with the dog corridor, directly ahead is a wall that I reckon we would be able to figure it out. We did try and do the dimensions of the room. There's down the end of the lit dog corridor is the wall. This is Nicholas's suggestion. That wall there, we know it doesn't go directly into a room we've been in because we spent time in that room.
Yeah.
He was wondering if we put a portal into that room, see if it goes into another room. It might not. It might go into solid stone, in which case I assume we just can't go through the portal. But it might be a portal through that wall into perhaps another room, a hidden room or whatever. There might or might not be. But that's the only wall that we can really access to somewhere we've been already that's not got a cave in, right?
And the portal wouldn't do anything with the flame.
It might. I don't think we'd want to put a portal in the flame. I think that would. How do you mean? Like into the? It's got to be into a solid surface.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether it would.
Yeah. So that's a suggestion to see if we can. I mean, it might not work. It might be solid stone it's going into. I don't know what would happen there.
There's also those big doors at the end. One of those doors.
Rip one off.
Float it. And lay it down.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the mirrors are really.
Yep.
That won't burn. The mirror will just stay there, right? So we could all run across that.
Mm. Especially you've got a lot of stuff to carry.
But we've got to carry it out of there. So we can't float it because
we could at least float the mirrors to maneuver them out of the treasure room.
Yeah, but remember.
Oh no, of course we can't do magic. Yeah, true. You're right.
We have to carry it out. We could do 2 people, maybe, carefully.
Yeah. I suppose
you want to cock it up, though.
That would definitely be maneuver rolls for both people.
What about tying a rope to them and dragging them?
Yeah, that's actually they're not that heavy. Actually, that's quite.
Well, they're in a satchel, so they've probably got a handle on the satchel.
All right, let's do that.
It's not a handle on the satchel.
Sorry. Or
yeah. Tie it to the mirror. Put the mirror in the satchel. Wrap the satchel up, and then drag it through.
What about wasn't there a tea trolley in the corner? No.
One of those sacked barrows?
Yeah, just conveniently under the rubble.
Yeah. Oh, there was the fire extinguisher.
Yep.
And there's also a door hanging off its hinges there, look.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so many bits.
Sorry, there was a door hanging off its hinges there, wasn't there, Chris?
Yeah, that's just simply the map. The door is affixed back in place.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, boo.
That's the radioactive room. You want to go in there.
We don't want to leave that.
Guys, it's 7 to 10. I'm very happy to keep playing on for a bit longer. I'm happy to call it at 10. Play to half 10 perhaps, if you wanted to move on a bit or leave it. Up to you.
I probably need to go to bed, but you guys can play on by all means.
Yeah, I absolutely need to go to sleep. It's likely going to be a long night.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just wanted to try that. Oh no, because we'd want to walk through it, wouldn't we? No, don't worry. Yeah. But I think let's plan to do the mirror thing next time.
Yep.
There was discussion.
Well, unless you wanted to try your hole in the wall and get ready to go.
Why don't we try a portal and see a portal into that wall and just see what happens? Then it'll answer that
and be ready to
right?
go. Yeah, and be ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll pack everything up, Chris.
Yep. There was just to check. There was some. I thought someone was doing item feel on one of the items to figure out what they were. Or was that not the case? I don't know.
True. Let's leave it for next time. Yep.
Yeah, we might do a couple of things.
Yeah, put together a plan for item fields.
Mm.
Oh, and yeah, cool.
All right. Excellent.
Good fun.
We'll call it there. Unless anybody else has anything to add. Go once.
Just a note for everyone: if we are leaving today, and I appreciate we've got some other things, we may need some spells to help us leave. So I'll need power points for those too.
So
before we go too crazy on the achievements and stuff.
Ah, right.
We've got to get through the flyer. Then we've got to get out of the forest.
Yeah.
rolling credits there, guys. What I'll do, I'll edit this out. It doesn't really matter. But what I'll do is I'll put a spreadsheet up into the Discords with the items that you've found, what you've got, the weights, etc., and you guys can have a think and amuse.
Cool.
Can you note the result of Jada's spell, magic, non-magic, please?
Yep.
Or we can. I suppose it just.
I can paste that list into Discord now. What's magical?
Nice work.
Cool.
Nice work, guys. Did some good problem solving.
We survived again.
Nice one.
Very cool.
You've earned your goodies, assuming you want goodies, of course.
I think we'll take them.
Yep.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Sorry I was a bit in and out.
No worries, Giles. Is everything okay, mate?